I was like moaning, dude. I swear, dog.
cut to
Oh,
that. Cut to that one. Cut to that one video.
yeah.
No, but
I was like, oh, yo, let's go, dude. Like,
hello everybody. Welcome back to our podcast. Today you're with me, Lee Sang, and
Brandon.
that's always so scuffed. We gotta
I,
get that. We
I
gotta
don't
get
know
that,
how
like,
we can
scripted or
never
something.
get this intro together.
Dude,
Like,
we should get that. We should just get that scripted or something. I feel like that's
Yeah.
always so fucked up, like messed up the way we always do it. Anyways, it's been a while. It's been quite a bit of time since we last recorded.
in the whole last month.
A lot of stuff has happened in the last month. Yeah, it's been a busy summer for both of us. So shoot, where do we start? Do we just want to start with did we want to cover Elson Bluff or nah? I think that's important enough for us to cover.
Sorry, what?
Did you think we should cover Elson Bluff?
I
Or
mean,
trip
we
up
might
to
as
the-
well. We
up-
did
up
that
to the
over the
point of
weekend, so
All right, okay. So recently it was one of our buddies' birthday. Shout out to our buddy Lee Dong Jean, up and coming artist. Pretty good music. We can link his stuff wherever we link stuff. He's pretty cool guy. It was his birthday. He wanted to go hiking, right? So he picked up a spot up in like I don't know, like what would that part even be called? Like up by like Washington Islands in like Lake
yeah.
Michigan.
I just call it the
So-
glove, essentially.
Yeah, like
The
like
glove of
if you
Wisconsin.
look at Wisconsin, it's like kind of like a glove, and so we're on like the thumb, basically. And yeah, up there, we were up there for his birthday, like doing a hiking trip and whatnot. Surprisingly far away. I did not think it was that far away when he was explaining it, because he was like, "Oh yeah, it's up by like Green Bay." It was not. It was not really by Green Bay. It was way farther, a lot farther than he made it out to be. But yeah, we went to this. What's it called? Is that park considered a state park or not? It's just called like
think
Al-
so. I don't really know.
Yeah.
It seemed like a state park, so
yeah. Well, for
It's
sure
called
we
state
went
park.
yeah. So we went to this one area called the Elson Bluff or something like that. Elson Bluff, something like that. We went to that area up there for a little bit of a hike. Got some nice pictures on seeing the lake and have like a little cliff view out into the horizon. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think I have any pictures of myself. I think I might have one, but nothing too amazing. I didn't take a lot of photos, but yeah, everybody took a couple photos of themselves. I know a couple of them got like these new backdrops they could use. But yeah, it was pretty cool. The trail itself wasn't that long, but after that we went swimming. Let's talk about that instead. I feel like swimming was more interesting than the hiking itself, because we didn't really do anything on the hike besides like walking, and the hike itself wasn't that long. So let's talk about swimming. What did you think about the water, bro? Okay, so we went after Elson Bluff. We drove like basically from one side of the thumb to the other side of the thumb, because the side we were on was getting hit by all the wind, and that made the water very like churny and very rough. So we did not want to swim over there. Plus, it smelled like rancid, dude. Did it not smell like dead fish, bro?
it basically was like just a
Yeah,
sea
it
of
smelled-
dead fish, bro. The water wasn't even that good looking either, too. It looked fucking disgusting.
Yeah, on that side, on the side we were originally on with Elson Bluff, the wind was basically hitting us, and it was bad. It was like stinky. It was stinky. Water was like harsh. It made everything kind of cold. It was just bad. So we decided to go look around some more, and we found this one other state park called Newport State Park. Never heard of it before. I don't think any of us have, but we just decided to, hey, whatever, we're gonna go to it and check it out. So we went over there and got over there, and happened to be on the other side of the thumb, basically. So the wind would have been, if we were facing the water, wind would have been behind us, and since we had basically like that whole part of the state behind us, it blocked a lot of the wind. So over there was like very not windy. And we got over there, and it was so much more better. Water was like a lot cleaner, like literally no waves. The only sad thing I gotta say was that the sun kind of disappeared for a little bit there when we got to the water. We just so happened to get there when when some clouds rolled through, and so it kind of blocked everything, and it kind of got a little chilly. But I think it was still pretty fun. We didn't really swim much, I say. We were just kind of like wading in the water because it was really cold. Like, oh my god, the
At
water was
first, at
super
least.
fucking. It was super
Yeah.
fucking cold.
Yeah, after a while you just got used to it, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, we kind of went a little later than we thought we were gonna go, because one of our buddies couldn't make it because he overslept on the trip.
That's true.
So
That's
that was
true.
kind of sad. That was kind of. He was like the most hype out of all of us too, and we're all like, "Oh damn, bro, you're not here."
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember we called him. We called him to check because it was like already like an hour past the time we were supposed to leave, and we called him. He was like, he picked up, and he was like, he just woke up, like, and so he slept through all his like alarms and shit, and he was pretty sad. He was pretty
He's
sad.
like, dude.
Hopefully,
no
hopefully,
way."
yeah, like he's pretty sad. I did miss him too because it has been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah.
Because we all probably seen him, and so I think, like, I don't know, do the guys want to plan another trip somewhere? You think?
We did
Wow.
plan. I think it was to.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember if we ever
It was summer,
agreed on a
like
date.
a Summerfest, something like that.
I
I don't know.
But hey, yeah, whatever. We're gonna make it happen. Maybe for
Yeah.
sure this time make it happen, the whole crew. But yeah, dude. Actually, dude, let's talk about it, man. The events leading up to it. I gotta say, if we're gonna plan like events where we gotta do a lot of driving, we should stop going out and drinking the day before.
Yeah, that night
It's
before,
never
yeah.
productive.
So even the
It's
night
never
before
productive.
this night, like our friend wasn't there drinking with us, but the night before that night was the worst night ever, man. I swear, dude. I shouldn't have drove, man. I swear that shit was actually like, it hurt me physically driving that car, cause the night before we decided to go out and hang out at a bar because it was someone's birthday, I believe, right? They're having a
It was
celebration.
Lidong's birthday. That's why. It was Lidong's birthday. That's why we went out and drank.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It was his birthday that we could celebrate at the time because I think he wasn't gonna be free. On
No, it was because his birthday was on like a weekday. It was like
Yeah, it's on a
it was
weekday,
Like
so-
it was like the Tuesday after the weekend.
yeah,
And so he wanted to hang out that weekend. So basically, we went out to the bars for his birthday, and
oh, yeah. Even
yeah,
before we went to the bars, like we pre-drank too, before going. Like we did a pre-game, and we kind of went a little bit like. I think we stopped where it could have been a little bit too crazy, because we started. I think we ran out of. No, we didn't run out of beers. We just that they just wanted to drink shots, and then I'm like, oh, that's a lot of shots you're passing out now. I think we were like 4 or 5 shots in before we left. Around there.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
got there a little late. I don't know how much you
Yeah.
guys had. I think I only had like 3 when I got there.
Yeah, we were basically like 4 or 5 shots deep in already before we left, and then when we went to the bar, how would we explain our experience at the bar? I would say it was a very fun but also awkward experience. To be completely honest.
I will lie. There was we had a lot of fun, but there was some awkwardness to it.
Yeah.
Did we want to talk about that? That shit. I don't know. Man.
We're not
That's
gonna
just-
name names.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Okay, so
Well, you were
okay,
there,
so
so you explain the awkward moment. I'll explain like the fun times we had. Because we had we drank a lot with Lee Dong, and we also like karaoke with them too. That was very fun. And I believe Lee Dong was like going crazy on the dance floor too, from what I remembered. Pretty wild guy, and I think we also took a lot of photos too. It was very fun. And I think overall that whole night though, it was a good night because we haven't drank together as a group in a while. And I think our buddy Tall Knight we haven't seen in a bit too, and that was like his first night going out.
no, Tyler wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there. Shit.
They didn't bring him. They didn't bring him because
Yeah.
they didn't bring him because
Okay, never mind. Retcon that.
Because
Retcon
he
that.
didn't.
That
He
didn't
couldn't.
happen.
Because
That
he
didn't
couldn't
happen.
make it. He couldn't make it, or he could
He-
have
he
made
went
it,
to
but he
the,
didn't have a
he
ride.
went to
He
the,
didn't have a ride.
the trip with us, but the night before we were just like, you know what? Let's just have fun for your birthday, Lee Dong, because it's been a while, and let's just go out and drink for a bit.
Dude, the thing about Lee Dong, right? The thing about Lee Dong that day too was that I think it was one of our other buddies in town who had a birthday thing too.
Yeah, it was.
So he went there. He was there like basically like
the whole
all
day.
morning or some shit like
Yeah.
that. So by the time he got to the pregame, he already was pre-gamed. So he was already drunk by the time he
Yeah.
got to the pregame. And so like as the night went on, he just got more and more drunk. Which luckily he wasn't like wasted. Like wasn't like white girl wasted or something. And so like he was okay for the most part, right? But he was already drunk by the time the pregame happened because he was already drinking before that. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. We also our buddy Tevin also like knew a bunch of like people that we didn't expect him to know, and we had to like have a talk with them. I think we sat him down for a bit, like, yo, dude, why you have no girl? Like an Asian dad too, like Asian son, why you had no girlfriend? Why you not rich yet,
Why you
you know?
why you calling him out on this, bro?
Because he needs to know this. Because he needs to know
Oh,
that
man.
we care a lot about him to the point where we don't make fun of him. just like
That's just Brandon.
just
I
like
don't-
all
I
my
don't
other
make-
single
I don't
friends.
make fun
dude.
of him. I don't make fun of him.
Well,
That's
I
just
do.
Brandon. That's just Brandon.
Hey, you know what they say, man? Some people just need character development in life. I'm just giving that to them. So, not toxic though. Not toxic. But yeah, that was like the enjoyable part. I think Lisa can
All right, so the
abbreviate
awkward
on, like,
part.
the
Okay, so
awkwardness.
the
'cause
awkward
there was a
part was.
lot of awkward moments.
Well, I'm just gonna. I don't know. My memory's not the greatest, so I'm just gonna focus on the big awkward part. So, at the pregame, we made some new friends at the pregame, and so they came to the pregame with technically with Tevin, because they were hanging out before that. They came with Tevin. Oh, they're by the way they're the girls. So these two girls, they came with pregame with Tevin, and so we made some new friends, and they decided to kick it with us for Lee Dong's birthday, right? So we went out, and when we were over there, basically the community's not that huge, so everybody kind of knew everybody. So we got over there, and they met one of their friends over there, right? And this guy, he seems like a solid enough dude. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but like basically we got to the point where it was like where we were karaokeing, and this is pretty late into the night. It was like already like past 12 probably, right? I don't know, it was late, and so we were all pretty, we all had a good buzz, like going on. We were all pretty, inebriated, and this dude, he goes up for karaoke, right? And then he started to sing a song, and it's like, I forgot what the song's called, but it's like one of those like Korean love songs. It was like more like slow kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
it
thought it was
goes.
Thai, to be honest. I thought it was Thai, but
No,
Dang
it
it,
was
I was
Korean.
also
I'm
drunk
fairly
too.
sure it was Korean.
so I
It's like
didn't know, and also I wasn't there too. So this is like
Yeah.
just from my memory, but continue.
But it was like it's Korean. I'm pretty sure it's Korean. It's like the very popular Korean one that was. Well, I don't know if it's as much popular anymore, but like think back like a couple years ago, like 2019 ish. It was like, I don't know. It was like super popular, I think. I don't know if you should know. I don't know. I don't know how it goes. I don't know Korean music well, but pretty sure it's Korean. And he starts saying it right, and he said it to one of the girls that came with us, and then like. and then when she's like, oh my god, and you could tell she was like, oh my god, like embarrassed. She starts getting embarrassed, right? She starts covering up, and then she's like sitting kind of in the back of the karaoke area too. And so she's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I'm too embarrassed, I'm gonna leave. So she dips, right? Like she didn't say any of this, but you could tell from her body language, that's how she felt, and she dipped, right? And then he just starts calling out her name. He starts calling out her name, like, oh my god, bro. Like, man, that was cringy. I won't lie, I don't know the status of their relationship. I don't really, I won't lie, I don't
They were
really.
just friends.
I don't know. Apparently, I don't know them well. Though. Like that was the first time I met. That's like the first time I met. I met like basically first time I met both of them. Right. So it's like I don't know the status, but like he was doing that, and obviously she wasn't whatever way he was feeling. She wasn't really feeling it back. So he was like call out her name like really loudly mid singing. Right. He'd be singing the lyric, and then the lyric wouldn't be done. He would call her name and be like, "Come back." And it was like, oh my god. Like, oh man, no offense, bro. That's cringy as fuck, dude. Like,
his voice was so desperate when he said it too. He's like,
right,
come back.
It did sound pretty desperate. I won't lie. Like I said, he seems like a solid dude enough, but that wasn't the play, my guy. I don't know, man. Whatever he's doing, best of luck to him. I just want to say, man, like, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. There's more stuff. I think there's probably other stuff too, but I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to stay on that anymore. It's too cringe. I don't want to explain it.
Yeah, it was just.
Anyways, so
fun night. And then, it's not that we went there. Like the night before, so we got back right. Well, I got back home safe, or to the place I was staying at, which is Tevin's and Collins' apartment. And I was like, yeah, everyone who got home safe, right? I said, all right, I'll see y'all in like 6 hours because we didn't leave till like 4, or we because we wake up. What is it? We were supposed to meet at 11, right? I believe, right?
We were supposed to leave by 11, like latest by 11, and then I don't think you guys even showed up until like 12. I don't think we left until like 1.
Yeah, we went to the bar till 2. Took us like almost an hour to get back home, which is around 3. So we basically have 6 hours of sleep to wake up because it takes around roughly like another hour or 2, give or take, to get to Appleton, where we're all gonna meet up. And so, I was like, you know what? I'm just hopefully gonna be like waking up to drive us there. And if I'm tired, getting to Appleton, I think I'll let someone take over. But I decided to sleep in one of our in Louis' old bed because he still had it there. I was like, this seems comfortable enough, right? And then like the whole night, I think I got like 1 good hour of sleep, and then I woke up because the house itself, the apartment they live in, it's like a duplex. It's a actual like a traditional apartment, and so the walls are so thin that I could hear literally like cars like 2 streets down like driving by because it was that thin on like walls. And I remember the neighbors came home at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and then they just like stayed up all night talking, and their voices were like pretty loud. And I was like, dude, I can't sleep, man. I literally can't sleep. And I think I stayed up from like 4 to I think 7. And then I'm like, okay, I don't think I can sleep in this bed anymore. So I went and like slept on the couch. And I was so tired, I forgot that the windows were open. So the whole night, I was like, the whole like 2 other hours I went to sleep, I was freaking like freezing, because like it was so like the wind was blowing so much that like the whole like living room was like cold as hell. So, and I had like a thin ass blanket. And I'm like, this is gonna hurt like hell in the morning. And when we woke up, Tevin was like, "Hey, Barry, you good, bro?" And then I looked at him, and I think I had like heavy bags underneath my eyes. I'm like, nah, fam. I'm doing terrible right now. Yeah, it was not a fun night for me. And when we drove there, like, and we met everybody, I was like, so how would y'all sleep? And I was like, yeah, I think we all slept pretty well. I'm like, fucking lucky bastards, dude.
Hey, don't blame us. Hey, don't blame us because you can't sleep, bro.
I do kind of blame you guys because I had to wait for Tevin to get home so I could sleep. Because they're the only ones with the keys, and Tom Lang was probably sleeping at the time too, and he doesn't pick up his phone, so I would have to have waited for like roughly 20 more minutes.
You could have just crashed with Lee Dong.
That's true. I could have.
Did he offer?
I could have, but he didn't want to leave yet. That's the issue.
Well, what do you mean? We all left at the same time. I'm pretty sure.
No, you guys were staying. You guys stayed in the parking lot talking still.
Not really. We basically left when y'all left. We basically left when y'all left.
Did you guys?
Hell yeah, we basically never all left.
I don't know. You guys were sort of talking in the parking lot when I was leaving with Tevin, so
You guys left, and then we basically left right after that. Like,
oh.
pretty close time, bro. Technically, if you stayed, you would have been asleep earlier.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Fuck me, right? It's my fault. My bad.
It is.
My bad for having a bad sleep.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
This is my fault. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad for being a sensitive sleeper. My fault.
Hey.
But
Don't
yeah.
blame. At least you know what? At least don't blame me and Lee Dong. We didn't have a hand in that.
Kind of
It's
did,
all-
because we were having too much fun. I'm like, yeah, I think we should leave. And I was like,
Man, you had your own
like,
car.
yeah,
You could've-
we could drink a little bit more. I'm like, yeah, I guess we could. And then that
We're
turned
talking
to
about
like another.
we didn't even buy anything at the end. I mean, I didn't buy anything. I only bought one round. That shit was super expensive too. Holy fuck. Low key wasn't worth it. I shouldn't have bought
No.
anything. I'm poor.
It was not worth it. That shit. Also, like the fact that Louis' mattress is like super soft too, so that shit like fucking bent my back like a fucking like boomerang, dude. Shit hurt.
Dang.
The next day I had like legit back pain. I'm like, I couldn't function, dude.
Dude woke up with scoliosis.
I did. Shit was horrible, dude. I hated it, man. But yeah, but that was before, the actual trip itself. I think I sobered up enough, so I'm like, oh, this is actually not bad of a trip. And once we get to the water too, and to the beach, that was like, the water was so clear and everything. It was so awesome, dude. It actually felt like super nice. It's just boys being boys and like just hanging out, drinking beer, and having fun. And also, I got like I don't know if everyone saw it. I think everyone did, but I skipped like such a beautiful rock. Like it was such like a beautiful skip too. Like, and it was my first like rock that I skipped too, that I picked up, and then I threw it, and it was like at least 7-8 skips. And I was like, everyone freaking like monkeyed out. They were like, dude, what the hell? Oh shit.
Dude, that was a good skip. That was a good
Yeah.
rock skip.
That was like clean.
I can't rock skip at all. Like, I used to be okay at it. I can't do it anymore. I'm so unpracticed, I guess. But yeah, dude, that was a really clean rock skip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my peak though, because after that I couldn't do it anymore, and I got like depressed.
Right,
was-
you
it
hit the
was sad.
one.
Yeah, I hit
Hit the
one, and
one
I'm like,
and
it's
then
over. It's
Lost
over.
the touch. Low key,
Yeah.
I think it's also the rocks, dude. They just, I won't lie.
Yeah.
Rocks really do matter for skipping. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're like a pro, rocks really do matter.
Yeah. And then I think the worst part is when we were leaving too. We decided to leave around like 7, I think. So we stayed there for like, I think the beach for like about 2 hours.
Yeah,
An
I think
hour and a
we
half or
left
so?
at 7. I think we left at
Yeah.
7, but we went and got food, and that was like another
Yeah.
hour.
But
like
when we were
another-
leaving the beach, all the mosquitoes decided to come out too, and we had to like run to the car
Yeah, that was bad.
and like get inside before all the mosquitoes bit the shit out of us, because like there was like a lot of mosquitoes, and like some of them got stuck into my car too, and we had to like fight them. It was insane.
Yeah, like I was looking at the map. Looking back at the map, I should have expected that. There was like
Yeah.
a couple of ponds and stuff, and like small lakes that are like in the general area, which those are peak breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So yeah, we like left the water just in time to meet the mosquitoes. That was bad.
Yeah.
Like when you're over by the big lake, by Lake Michigan, it was okay because it was like open and it was windy enough where the mosquitoes couldn't come. But like once you start walking back to the car, you gotta walk by tall grass and like trees and stuff, and that's where all the mosquitoes hang out because it cuts the wind. So yeah, we got fucking attacked on the way back.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
you hit halfway, like once you leave the beach and leave the sand area,
You have to go.
you
to
get
this little,
swarmed.
like half area that's just like covered by like trees and tall grass from side to side, and they just come at you, bro. Like I was throwing hands with mosquitoes, dude. I swear to God, that was like terrifying. Like I at least got like at least 5 bites on me. It was bad.
Yeah, I got quite a few. I got like I think like a couple on my neck, couple on my arms, I think a couple on my legs as well. It was bad.
But the food was not bad. The restaurant we went to at least.
Yeah, the restaurant was decent. I thought it was decent.
Yeah.
I won't lie, dude. The one time I needed my wallet, I didn't have it. Yeah, so we got there. They had like a local brewery up in Door County area, and so they were and so I was gonna try one of their local brews, but I forgot my wallet, so I don't have my ID, and so they wouldn't sell it to me.
That shit was kind of
that was pretty sad. So we had to get one of our other buddies to buy it so I could sneak it. It was a whole thing. I don't know. Lucky wasn't worth it. It wasn't that good. But
honestly, I even asked you like, I could just give you my keys and you just go get it. And you're like, nah, it's all good. I'm like, all right. Cause I went back to grab something, I think from my car, cause I forgot my wallet.
No, that was before we sat down though.
Yeah.
We went back before we sat down, and then we were already sitting. And I was like, and it's not like I said not outright. We were like all sitting there, and it was like really. And now we're back over in Elson Bluff, which is like another 30 minutes away from where we were, right? From Newport State Park, because we had to basically cross the state and with that part of the state, and so it was really like 30 minutes away from the beach where we at. And so we left at 7. It was like 7:30. Got there, basically the sun was really like starting to sink, and we were back on the side of the wind. So it was all like sitting there, and then we're all getting ready to ordered food. I was like, yeah. And it's not like I said no outright. It's just like we're all kind of there, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Because it wasn't really worth it. For one beer, it wasn't really worth it. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So we just left it at that.
That beer didn't even look that great to begin with, too. So
it was okay. It wasn't like nothing amazing.
Yeah.
Really not missing out much.
Yeah, that food was kind of expensive too. But then I kind of understand it.
It was pretty expensive.
It's like right by the beach side, or the not beach side. So.
Well, I think it's also like the selection. A lot of it was like seafood, and seafood's really expensive.
But you know,
like look at what people ate, right? Like the people who ate, like who only ate, like what Dale and Tevin ate brats, like kind of like a loaded brat type dish. Theirs was significantly cheaper than what you and Lidong had, because you guys had like lobster in yours.
Yeah.
You had like a lobster roll or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and then like Lidong had like lobster macaroni, so it was a little more expensive. I think I had like a blackened white fish or lake fish or something. Basically like Cajun pan fried fish. It was okay. I won't lie, a little too salty, but well, not bad.
Yeah. That was basically our whole trip. So dope.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, the trip itself was pretty scuffed too.
Yeah.
Like oh yeah, I don't know. It was okay. The trip was okay. Kind of wish the trail at Elson Bluff was a little longer. It was really short though. It was like probably like
just 10, 15 minute like trail.
Yeah, like
that late there. We had a lady that ran around the trail, and she lapped us like 3 times.
Yeah, for real.
Within like a 4-minute span of each lap. So it honestly doesn't take that.
I don't think she was that quick. I think it was close to. It was probably double that. It wasn't like 3-4 minutes. It was probably double that, but it was pretty still quick. It wasn't within 10 minutes.
But yeah, that was our trip, and I think after that, like, I was actually like tired. So when I got home, I knocked the fuck out. Like I didn't.
Dude, honestly, I don't know, man. You could have like, if you were tired, we could have drove, man. We offered.
Did anyone offer though? I don't think.
Offered. We were like, hey man, if you're tired, we can drive. And you're like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, I guess you guys did. I don't know.
Yeah, like on the drive there, we didn't really say anything much, right? We were like, oh yeah, it's midday, it's whatever. But like we did offer, like around driving around, we're like, hey man, you good to drive, man? Like, at least, I mean, I don't know if Tevin Lidong did, but at least I did. I think I offered once or twice.
Well, I think it wasn't the drive to back to Appleton that was the issue. It was the drive from Appleton back to Sheboygan that was the issue because
I think it's also
after
the fact
trip-
that you didn't go back to Sheboygan until like past midnight. Cause
yeah,
we got back really late,
yeah.
and then we
decided
decided to talk
for
for
like
an
another
hour.
2 hours.
we talked for we got back what like 11 right at like 11.
It was
we
like
talked till 12, and that's when
12.
everybody decided to, hey, you know what's midnight? We should probably go home. And then that's when basically me and Lidong got dropped off at his place, and then that's when you guys left. Like it was like already 12.
Yeah, and then we had to go. I had to like take 10-minute tall lane back to their place, which like took like another like almost an hour, and then driving back to Sheboygan is like an hour or two. So I'm like, I go home in an hour
So
too.
yeah, it's like 30
like,
minutes.
fuck.
It's 30 minutes to Oshkosh roughly,
Yeah.
especially if you go down Jackson. Once you get off the highway, because that's actually quite a long strip. And yeah, so I'd say with a detour to take them home, I'd say that's probably an additional, like 40 minutes to drop them off
Yeah, it was.
and then leave. Yeah.
It's not a fun time, and yeah. Well, we got some pretty good like shots. I think like Dong said he was gonna make a vlog soon. He's editing it right now, I think.
Yeah, Lidong has a
Yeah.
vlog. I hope he cuts some of the stuff we talked about though.
No, dude.
we
No.
were hella. Some of the stuff we talked about were kind of out of pocket.
Bro, you acted like you said some of the most like heinous stuff.
No, we
Little
were
just
like
homies being
we were
homies,
like
you know?
no, we weren't like being menace to society or nothing, but it was like we could wait
Being
for
okay,
those stuff to come out later.
Yeah, just homies being homies, you know? You know what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
If anything, I said a lot more stuff than I should be more worried about than you. So, and I think that I really hope he does cut that out, to be honest. Because yeah, this is a pretty fucking stupid ass shit back on that trip. But if he keeps it, it is what it is. It's just make a funny ass video. So
Right, it will be a fun video. I can't wait for it either. He hasn't let us know if it's been edited or not. I don't think it was too hard to edit. I mean, he just gotta kind of put everything together.
It's a lot of
But I
B-roll, dude.
guess I can't really say that because I've also tried vlogging before, and I've also not edited those, and it's been like 5 years since.
5 years, yeah. It's kind of ironic because I'm like, wait, what's that vlog that Lee say fucking recorded back in like what fucking sophomore year? Are they Lee that was?
It was like
Yeah,
the
dude.
summer after sophomore year or some shit.
I'm like, still wait for that video, by the way, man. Still wait for that video.
Yeah, I don't know if I even have the footage anymore, man. I gotta look. It might have.
Is it on your own
deleted.
camera?
Yeah. Well, I moved it off to my computer, but I had to like redo my.
Oh,
I had to redo my computer, you know. And so
okay.
I don't know if I even have the footage anymore. I can definitely double check, and if I have it, we'll see. A blog from, a trip from like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Actually, speaking of that, we still have that video of us making the fried chicken.
I don't know if that even. I don't know, man. That was like honestly, everything that happened was like so played by the book that I don't think the footage that I got wasn't even like all that great.
Just
I don't know.
voiceover.
I'm not
dude.
sure.
That's all you need.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but I don't know. I don't feel too satisfied with it. Maybe we gotta redo that trip another day and do it. I feel like we gotta do it properly next time. But
Yeah, next time we'll do a proper like cooking vlog.
yeah, like I don't know. It was just I don't know. Wasn't too satisfied with it, so I don't know. I didn't keep it. I mean, I have it. I did try editing it, but we have like so much. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say I'm an editor because I'm not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find somebody professional to help me with that, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I want to redo it though, because what we have, while it was okay, I don't know. It just didn't feel as good as I feel like we could have done it.
Damn, bro, this guy has high ass standards.
I do. I'm like a perfectionist, but I'm also lazy. That's my problem.
Damn, bro, that's crazy. For me, I'm just like, damn, if this shit look good, it's like the most jankiest video ever. I'm like, damn, I spent like 2-ish hours on it. That's good enough, man. Fuck it. Post.
That's
That's
funny.
probably what I'm gonna do with my vlog. Because just recently, I went to Chicago, and I took some clips of like my trip there and what I did basically over there. So
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Your trip to Chicago, what was it? What was it about? What was it about? What was it for?
So we decided to go to the anime con there. I forgot what it was called exactly, but it's like Anime Midwest. That's like the overall like branch of the anime cons in the Midwest, like Minnesota, Chicago, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan. I think those are all the 5. I'm not 100% sure, but we went to the one in Chicago because it was July 4th weekend, and I didn't have any plans. And we planned this about like a month before, but due to like certain events that kind of happened, some unfortunate events, we couldn't really have planned out too many things because we were just too busy doing we had too many plans that already preoccupied our free time, so we couldn't really dress up or anything. I really wanted to like cosplay, to be honest, but
What would you have went as?
so there was at least 4 of us there. So you know what prison school is?
Yeah, I know prison school.
Yeah, that's what we would have gone as.
Which one would you have been though?
I would have been the dude with the glasses.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. That would have been funny.
But unfortunately, it was just like it just is what it is. We just wanted to go for fun too, so we didn't really want to stress out too much. And so the first day we went, we checked into our hotel. I actually almost got lost. Oh shit. So during the drive to the hotel that we're supposed to check into, we left luckily like an hour before we should have left because our friend, he being the amazing guy he is, he always like never shows up on time ever. So we were like, you know what,
the amazing guy he is.
Yeah.
The amazing guy he is always late. That's great.
It's true though. He really is like always late on everything. Like we specifically told him like, hey, show up at exactly like 12 because we gotta get to the hotel by at least like 3 p.m. And so we want to leave at least an hour early just in case, because it takes around roughly like an hour and a half to get to Chicago. So it doesn't take too long. Well, not an hour and a half, like 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours to get to Chicago. And I got there right exactly at 12. Or not exactly at 12, but like around 12:30. And then he wasn't there still. And so I thought everyone was gonna be there, right? And I called my buddies up. And I was like, hey, is he there? Is he there yet? And he's like, no. I was like, oh my god. I arrived, still not there. And we're just like, you know what? I think we should just leave because he doesn't need to do anything because he's just like in the hotel with us anyway. So we're just like, fuck it, let's just go first to check in. And so we messaged him, hey, like, come meet us in the at the place, and then or at the hotel chain we're checking in, and he was like, yeah, I'll be there at 4. I'm like, oh, that's like another extra hour that he was gonna be late anyways too. So I'm like, bruh. I was like, whatever, fine. And so while we were going there, I took the wrong turn, right? So I took it into an alleyway. I took it too late, so I took it into an alleyway. And the alleyway is only like big enough for one car to go through. And I think it's a one-way only too. So as I was going into it, I realized I fucked up because there was a truck blocking the alleyway. And I couldn't like turn my car around properly because I didn't have enough space for it. So I had to do like multiple like reversing and forwarding and reversing and forwarding to the point where like I almost like scratched my car because I was so close to like the sidewalls.
Was there anybody there watching you guys do it?
No,
or-
thankfully no.
Thank God. Dude, they were like, look at this.
Yeah,
look at
it would have
this
been
dude, look-
embarrassing as hell if other people saw
Who's
it.
this
but-
person? Who's this person from Wisconsin? Fucking sucks at
Yeah.
driving.
I was scared because the only way to have gone out, we could exit, is just reversing on back into the street, which would have been like pretty dangerous because like the street's like the most busiest street because it connects. The street's like what divides like the hotels from the convention
okay.
center, so it's like the most busiest street. So, and there were people also walking on the sidewalks too, so I was scared I was gonna hit them. So, luckily, everything worked out. I don't know how. Like, luckily there was like a small area where like there were dumpsters, and that gave me enough space to like back into it, so I can like have enough space to turn all the way around. But it was bad. She gave me like a heart attack for a second, and then this is also my first time checking into a hotel, and we went around the parking lot, and I didn't know that. So they have like a ticketing system where you basically press a button for a ticket, right? And that's like your like going in time, essentially.
Uh huh.
And then you basically pay it at like a pay station near like around there. I forgot, it's like on the first floor, and you pay for it, and then however long you stayed at the ticket station or in that parking lot, then you would have to like pay whatever amount. It's like $50 per 24 hours, essentially.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
So my dumbass
parking spot. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, my dumbass didn't fucking realize that you're supposed to only press the buttons. I put my debit card in because I thought I had to pay for the ticket. So we did that every single time we kept exiting and leaving the parking lot. Because I never
so
stayed.
you paid?
Yeah.
So you guys paid for like?
No,
a
I didn't
shit
pay
ton?
for it. No, I didn't pay for
Oh,
anything
okay.
because you pay it at the pay stations that are separately located at a different place. My dumbass just kept putting my credit card in, like my debit card back and forth into it, even though I didn't need to do that. So it was pretty funny because I didn't realize that until the second day, and then I was like, "Duh, I'm a fucking idiot." But
Alright.
yeah, it took us. Luckily, I'm pretty happy that didn't take us too long to get through and like find an actual parking spot. And
That's
so
good.
when we went down, it was only like 5 more minutes before our actual check-in time, so we had enough. Or not 5 minutes, like 10 minutes. So we had enough time still. And so we checked in, put all the stuff, and we're like, so do we just go to the con, or like what do we do here? Because he's still not here. He says he's gonna be here like another hour later. So we're just like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go to the Korean store and we'll just buy some stuff. Because one of my friends, Venki, our editor, he was like, you know what, I haven't had like Korean beer. So I was like, yeah, we just go. And okay, and we all went. And oh no, sorry, we didn't go to the sorry. we
Yeah,
didn't go
I'm gonna lie. I was so confused. Where you go with this?
No, because so this is the first day. Right?
I won't lie. I'm just so confused right now. Okay, so
Now you know how I felt when you were telling the story how you went to Germany.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is, like,
Yeah.
you never interjected. You never.
I did though.
Anyways,
I did. When I was confused, and you're like, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because you were like asking, you were saying like, you know what I'm talking about, and I was like, no, I don't actually, but keep going.
All right, regardless. Okay, so regardless, so yeah, where are we going with this again? I'm so sorry. I'm so lost because I know you're talking about your friend who was late, but
I'm just talking about my first, like, just getting to the convention center.
Okay.
So far. So just getting there so far right now, it was already a hassle getting there, and then we also had to wait. We also had to waste like another hour, and we didn't know what to do exactly. And so we just went to like Target to buy water, I think, and some masks, because I thought that you were supposed to wear a mask at the convention center, but apparently you didn't. But the whole like that trip by like before the convention center was not very fun. Honestly, that was like probably the worst. That was probably
The worst part of the trip.
The second worst part of the trip.
Well, what's the worst part of the trip?
I'll tell that later. But
Oh,
so the
okay.
convention center day one, we went. It was actually pretty fun. I have some photos. I'll probably send it to Binky to upload it. There was a lot of cosplayers that I really wanted to take photos of, but I was too shy. the first day. I only took like a few, because when I guess I built up the courage, but it was pretty cool. Like just going to my first convention center, and we were like, just I think we didn't buy anything at first. We just wanted to go around and look at everything to see like what we might go back and buy.
Hey, so quick question. What was your like goal for the convention? Like, did you have like a goal set up? Like,
No.
Was it like anybody in particular you want to go meet, or were you just
No,
kind of
because see, the convention center didn't have anyone that I don't watch anime dubbed, so I don't really know any voice actors. So there were some dubbed voice actors there, but I didn't really care too much to like get a signed autograph by them. And there was also panels too, but so I think the one thing I didn't like is that there's on the magazine, right, that they give you, to like have as like a souvenir, right? They don't tell you the specific like panels where it's gonna be at. So you have to look it up yourself online to find out what the panels are. And the map was really confusing because there's two hotels that there's a hotel that's connected to the convention center. And I didn't know that the first day, so we were confused of like where's like all like the video games and stuff, because there's like an arcade section, there's like a board game section. I didn't know any of this, and we were confused because the layout of the for some reason they have at the Chicago Anime Con, they also have like the convention centers for like the Minnesota one and the other ones too, and I was like confused. Like we were reading it, we're like, wait a minute, this doesn't even look like the same building. And then we didn't realize it until like we were looking at the corner and it says like Anime Midwest Minnesota, and so we were just lost for like.
Wait, how long were you guys lost for? Like,
I said like 10 minutes.
Not too
We
bad.
walked back to our hotel thinking that it was at our hotel, but it wasn't. So, yeah, that wasn't.
Wait, so your hotel was the one that was connected to it, or no?
No, it was not connected to it.
Oh, so you guys just like walked back to your hotel.
We just walked back to our hotel. We're like, fuck, we walked for no reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we did that, I bought some pretty cool stuff because we went around the first. We did like 2-3 rounds the first day, and we just like saw what we wanted to go buy, and we bought wherever I bought some JoJo posters and stuff. Pretty cool.
What was the most interesting you saw there? Like, well, most interesting person you met?
It's not really interesting. There was something pretty. I guess the most interesting part was just like a hentai section.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get
I couldn't record.
hentai section?
Yeah, I did. I bought
Okay.
the Euphoria game.
Wait, there's a game? Euphoria has a game?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's like a visual novel.
You know what? I don't think I know that one. It's all good.
No, I think you're thinking of Metamorphosis.
I might be thinking Metamorphosis.
Yeah, you're thinking about that. Euphoria has, well, from what I heard, it's a pretty messed up game, but I still want to play it. So I want to experience the suffering. You know what I mean? I'm not a true gamer unless you experience the suffering yourself. So
yeah, no, I feel you.
But yeah, I think that's like probably the most interesting because everything else is like, it's not interesting, but it's more like it's pretty cool, like visually. Like this actually looks pretty nice. The one regret I have on my first day was that there was a Pokemon like badge, like collection that someone was selling, right? And I was like, you know what? Maybe tomorrow I'll come back and buy it. And the next day it happened, and they left.
Oh,
and they never came back. Yeah, it was like they only there for one day, and I was like, dude, I'm actually depressed.
What region? What region was it?
Like
Like Gen 1, Gen 2,
Kanto
Gen 3?
region.
Okay, so Gen 1. Okay, that's
Yeah, it was
cool.
Gen 1 and Gen 1, and Gen 2.
Okay,
They're
that's
both
not
gens.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanto, Johto are decent looking. I won't lie, I haven't played all of them. I don't remember how all the badges look, but Kanto's okay.
Yeah, I was like pretty upset, and I think that kind of ruined my mood the second day because I'm like, dude, it's not here anymore.
How early?
like,
How early was
yeah.
that when you found out that dude wasn't there?
Well, think that person left around. They must have left like the probably like right after the convention ended on the first day, because the second day came, we went around like 11, right, and they weren't there. So, and they packed up, and they had a lot of stuff too. So they had to have left the first day. So it was pretty sad, but
that's pretty sad.
I think that was probably the most interesting. Like that's the one thing that I really wanted, and I never got. But
yeah, well, that sucks.
So
yeah, it always sucks not getting something really cool. Like I feel you on that. Like waiting, like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll come back and get that later, and then you don't get it. Like it's happened to me a couple of times, like at like the tournaments and stuff. Yeah.
I think it's even worse when like you're wanting to go buy it, it's still there, but someone buys it and it's out. So they bought the last one in front of you. You're like, damn, bro.
You see them take it. Yeah. That's even worse for sure.
Yeah.
So I know you said you saw some pretty cool cosplays and you took pictures of them. Who's like, what cosplay did you like the most that you saw people wear?
There was a Chainsaw Man cosplayer. That was pretty cool. There was actually
I'm about to sound uncultured right now, but I've never really read Chainsaw Man, so I don't really know.
Yeah, me either. I just like the aesthetics of Chainsaw Man. That's what I like the most. Cause I've seen
I don't know how any of that looks, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm gonna have to look it up quick.
It's pretty cool cosplay.
Man. Isn't the anime supposed to come out soon?
Yes, like this winter, I believe.
Oh, I see the chick. Okay, I see the chick.
It wasn't a chick. It was a dude.
Yeah.
I'm
assuming the chainsaw, the actual Chainsaw Man. But I've seen the girl. Okay, yeah, she's been waifu'd a lot. So
a lot of people were dressed up like her, but I'm like, dude, I don't care about that. I care about the chains. I care about the FC. That's the only guy I care about.
You care about the edginess?
Yeah. And that was a pretty cool costume. There's actually a better looking one that looked a little bit more like polished up, but I never took a photo with that person, fortunately. There was a bunch of Jotaro like cosplays as well too. I took photos with.
Was it part 3 or part 4?
There was some part 3s and part 4s. So, there was the Triangle Head cosplayer. It's like a girl that was like dressed up as that, as a triangle head. Yeah.
I don't.
The one with the big ass blade. Silent Hill 3.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely uncultured.
This definitely is. He definitely is not cultured.
Fake fan, dude. Fake anime fan. Fake anime.
It's not even anime. That's a video game.
I don't play games. Dude, my Steam library has like 300 games. I've played 2 of them. Uncultured.
Fake anime fan and a fake gamer.
Fake gamer. Fake
God
gamer.
Damn it.
Dude. I only play League of Legends. I only play League of Legends because I'm a bitch.
Yeah. There was a Akiru Kazuma cosplayer, as well as like a Goro Majima cosplayer from Yakuza, like from the Yakuza series. So that's pretty cool. There was a Goblin Slayer as well too, cosplayer, and that was pretty cool too. That looked like actually amazing. There was also like a Tanjiro cosplayer, and he like had like an actual like backpack on, like the thing that he carries Nezuko in.
Yeah.
Dude was fucking tall as hell. I was like, god damn, bro. I wish I were you. There was a Guts cosplayer too. That was pretty cool. There was like these 3 girls that were cosplaying as the girls from Love is War.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Did you get pictures of them?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nice.
I think the most coolest looking one though was probably the one that my friend or that Venki took a picture with, was with the Pink Ranger. So they one had like an actual like I don't know if they made it themselves, but it was like almost like a replica.
The OG Pink Ranger, or is it which Pink Ranger?
Yeah, I think it was like the Mighty Morphers.
Right. Oh, okay, that's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
And she had like the actual like replica of like the Green Ranger's like flute knife thing.
Oh, dope.
That's pretty cool. Like it made like it could like the buttons were there that you could press up and down on. And it's ironic because right before that he just bought the the foam sword one. Too.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out, and then she pulled out hers, and it was like the actual replica of it. And he's like, "Oh
Nice.
shit, bro, you have the real one." So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. But
they,
yeah, that was
did
all
they
on our
mask-
first day too.
Did they mask off?
Yeah, I think she took her mask off. No, she didn't. She did not.
Okay, no. You didn't get it.
Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No. They did not do that.
That was funny.
But yeah, there's a pretty cool stuff, and also trying to limit how much I needed to spend on. I spent
How
on,
much did you spend? I
think almost 1,000, dude. I'll be honest. I
Ooh.
spent quite. I felt like I spent 1,000.
Is that including like travel and hotel, or just what you bought?
Yeah, travel, hotel, and what I bought, not just at the convention center, but also around Chicago as well too.
Okay, so the whole trip you
so,
spent.
Yeah. So what else did you? So yeah, that was just my. That was probably. That was my first day. My first day at the convention.
That was all first day.
Yep.
What,
And
what was the okay? What was second day? What was the best part about second day?
The best part of the second day was, I think, we met some of our buddies. So I met some people that I knew from Oshkosh. They were there, and so they were cosplaying like all the Tengen wives from Demon Slayer. So I took a photo with them, and that was pretty cool. And they also had like a rave too. That was gonna happen that night, and so we went to that. So that was pretty cool. But before that rave, we went to Chinatown, and this is the worst part of the trip. I think this actually genuinely made me like not want to go back to Chicago, or just to Chinatown at least, because like
Wait, what
I
happened?
think we spent the second day, like we only spent like 2 to 3 ish hours at the convention center.
Mhm.
And so when we went to go to Chinatown, we first hit up Kmart, which is, or sorry, not Kmart, H Mart, which is the Korean superstore
Mhm.
in Chicago. And we went there first, so we spent like an hour just like browsing through a store and whatnot, and like buying like beer and stuff, and alcohol, and also like just food for later. And that was actually pretty fun going with them, for Vinky and my other buddy Jeff, just like hanging out and just like making fun of each other, because we were like, I think we made our buddy Jeff like carry everything, or not carry, but push the cart around. Essentially, he was like our meal the whole like trip. Like he legit like carried everyone's like stuff.
Wait,
every
was he
time
the
we
one who
did,
was
like, a
late?
photo.
Was he the one who was late,
No,
or was it somebody else?
No, that was someone else. But
So
yeah,
did
he
he
was, like,
even make it to? Did he even make it to the trip with you guys, or?
he did. He only
Okay.
stayed for the first day, and he left the second day for Summerfest. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it was pretty funny, like just him like carrying everyone's stuff basically. But we were just having fun, and like when we got to the Chicago trip though, when we went to Chinatown. So the road that led to Chinatown was actually blocked off for some reason. I think it was because it was under construction or something.
Mhm.
And so they blocked that off. And the GPS that was like leading me there, it was like, yeah, you could go on that road. And like as we got closer to it, you see all these like orange cones like blocking like the road, right? I'm like, well, that's not good. And so we had to take like an extra 10 minutes to like go like the long way to Chinatown. And once we got to Chinatown, the traffic there was so bad, dude. Like there was like people just like straight up jaywalking because the lights were taking too long. Because people were like, cars were just going back and forth. And when we got to like the parking space for it, like we couldn't even find parking, so we couldn't even park there. And it was like, actually, I think it took us almost like 30-ish minutes to like find parking spot, to find parking space. And I had to like pee so bad, dude. Like I was holding in my pee the whole time. I'm like, dude, I need to find like a bathroom, or I'm just gonna like pull up to like an alleyway and just use it. So I'm like, dude,
Dude, just use the alleyway, bro.
I had decency, all right. I had
just use the
decency. I
alleyway.
couldn't do it.
At this point, just use the alleyway, man. No need for decency.
I have morals. I have morals.
You're an enemy. You're in enemy territory. Just use it.
I have morals, so I was like, yo, fuck it, I gotta go. But we did find a parking spot though, luckily, but it was kind of away from where we wanted to go in Chinatown, because there's like new Chinatown apparently. I didn't know about this in old Chinatown.
I don't know. I've been to Chicago like 3 times. I don't know anything about Chicago.
Apparently the ones with like the statues, apparently that's old Chinatown. I don't know this. I never knew this.
You said this is where the rave was? Rave was in Chinatown?
No. This is before the rave. The rave was at the convention center.
Okay.
Yeah, we had like 5 hours to kill, and we didn't know what to do within those 5 hours. And we also wanted to go kind of like visit Chicago too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
so
All right. So you guys are in Chinatown. What happened? What happened that's so bad that you might not want to go back to Chicago?
that was it. That was the traffic to it was like so bad.
Ass. Okay.
It was so bad. Like I legit was like I was yelling so loud in my car. I feel like I was yelling. Cause I'm like, dude, I'm like so fucking pissed. Like all these cars are like blocking. Like some of the cars were literally stalled in the middle of the road. So you had to like wait for like the other car like lane to like pass by so you can like merge, so you can like go around them.
Mm-hmm.
It was that bad. Like on these like roads that were like legit only big enough for like 2 cars to like barely pass by each other without hitting each other. It was so bad.
Sounds like Chicago. Yeah, dude. The couple times I've been to Chicago, traffic's super bad, and like one time I was in Chicago in high school. We went to a Blue Man's Crew concert because I went with the band, and we went to a Blue Man's Crew concert, and then like right outside the concert area, we were waiting in line to get in, and then like these 2 cars damn near like were playing chicken and almost crashed into each other. It was crazy. I don't know how people drive in Chicago. That shit sounds like absolute ass. I don't know. I could not do it.
Yeah, and fortunately we did find it. We did find a parking spot there, but the place that we had to go to was like, again, it was like legit at the end of like new Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also I accidentally took the wrong turn too, because we were running around like old Chinatown and trying to find a parking space, and we went like a block away, and we tried to turn it back. Right, I didn't realize that the lane I was in was a left turn lane only, and that left turn lane went straight directly to the highway.
Dude, I feel like you have such bad luck with one ways, bro.
Yeah, it was so bad.
One ways always seem to fuck you up.
Yeah, and the most also annoying part is my GPS. For some reason, it just like decided just to start messing up. It was like turn left over here, and then like over here was like 3 miles away. I was like, okay, and then like turn left right now, like a minute later. I was like, what the fuck? And it just kept like reconfiguring like left every like minute or two, and it was like really being annoying. And so like I was yelling so bad. I think that Vicky was like, you know what? I don't even think it's worth it. And I was like, no, it's worth it. All right, we're here. We're gonna stay here. All right, I don't care. I'll find parking space. I was like an Asian dad, you know.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, ish, a little bit.
Doesn't sound like it was.
Well, see, here's the thing. So when we found the parking spot, right, we went around Old Chinatown because that's the only place I actually like want to go. Like a lot, because like these buildings that I've been to already before. So
okay.
We walked around the stores. We went to like the souvenir stores and stuff, and saw like all these like kind of like knockoff anime figurines and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's all good. But I went to this. There's a Jap. I didn't know this. This must have opened like in the past 5 years, because I didn't see this when I went to my Chicago trip my senior year in high school. But I went, and there was a Japanese ramen store, in like the middle of these restaurant buildings, and I was like, oh, I've never seen this before, and we were getting kind of hungry too, so I'm like, you guys just want to eat here for dinner, you know, because we might as well since we're already here. So, and it's my first time like ever like going to a ramen store essentially. So, and we went inside, and I ordered I forgot what the bowl, the ramen bowl is called. But I ordered basically the most basic ramen bowl that they had. I ordered that essentially.
Okay.
And also ordered some unagi, because I heard from like Trash Taste that unagi is like one of the most underrated food to have. in Japan.
I don't
And
know.
so,
I feel like eel is unagi's eel basically. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It looks tasty, but isn't it like
It was
expensive?
tasty. It actually, dude, I literally like busted a nut while eating that, dude. I'm not even joking, bro. That shit was literally busting, bro. It was so good, dude. Like
That
I've
good,
never
huh?
had like, I was like moaning, dude. I swear, dog.
cut to
all
that.
the
Cut to that one. Cut to that one video.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, oh, yo, let's go, dude. Like,
but no way.
it
No
was like,
way.
it was so good, bro. Dude, I'm not
Was
even
that
joking.
good?
Like how,
Explain the
Yeah,
taste. What did it? What
so-
was it? Explain the taste.
so they barbecued it essentially.
Mhm.
Like, I think they do it usually how unagi's like cooked. They usually cook it on an open grill, with coal and stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know how they cooked it. I don't know how they cooked it in this store, but basically the sauce they put on top of it tasted like barbecue sauce. Like, and man, it was really savory. Like the flavor, like you could barely taste like the eel of it. Honestly,
Mhm.
I didn't feel like it was even like seafood, because it didn't even taste like it. It was that good. It was like very, very savory. The rice they had with the corn was like, it was like a perfect compliment to like the unagi. It was like so good. And like the ramen too was like the spice of it wasn't spicy enough to where like you would like, it's not like the Korean spicy noodles type of spice, you know. It's spicy enough to where like you can like kind of enjoy it, and it's good enough that you can keep eating it without like it over like heating your mouth and everything.
Okay, so it's like just like it had enough kick to it, but you could feel it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't too spicy. Alright,
It's
yeah,
almost, I feel like it almost tasted like what's the Hmong dish, the Hmong noodles? It's like kapong.
yeah. Couple. Okay.
It's almost like kapong, but like the like the feel of like how when you drink it, you know when you drink the broth of kapong, and you know that
Yeah.
that specific like that distinct
Mhm.
taste of it.
Yeah.
It was like a little bit, just a little bit spicier than kapong, a little
Okay.
bit, but it tastes roughly like that. But then with just, instead of like having like, you know, quail eggs and like all that stuff, it's just like they had seaweed, they had the soft boiled eggs.
Mhm.
They also had, I think, I had beef with mines. You could add like other stuff. You could add like other types of meat, like pork and I think chicken too. But I had mine with beef. That was good. Did I say seaweed already?
Yeah, you said seaweed.
Yeah,
Right? It's the
seaweed,
first thing you
okay.
said.
Shoot, I don't remember what it was in there, because it was just like I just ate it. 'Cause
But I
it
know
was
I know you say
yeah.
you don't say you just got like a regular type of like a ramen, but was it like
Yeah.
like a regular bowl of ramen? What type of ramen was it like? Is it like a shoyu ramen? Was it like a is it like a specific like is it tonkotsu ramen or
I think it
like
was
chicken
tonkotsu-
chicken beef?
It was a tonkotsu. Sorry for my mispronunciation, but it was that. I'm pretty sure it was that. Cause I'll have a photo of it, and hopefully people will be like, "Oh, that's what it's probably." Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tonk. It was a yes. Whatever you said, yes, that was it.
I don't know if
Start
I'm
with a
saying
C.
it right. I'm not saying I
Yeah.
said it right either, but I believe it's tonkotsu.
Yeah, the tonkotsu, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was that. I'm like 90% sure it was that.
All right.
But-
Yeah, that's like I feel like for Americans, like that type of ramen is like the popular one,
Yeah.
the one that everybody knows about. But cause tonkotsu is the one that's traditionally like has like the milky white broth.
No.
But yeah,
Is
I
it?
don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, tonkotsu is it's the one that they use. It's a pork broth, and they use it's the one where like usually the broth is like the white the milky white color.
Oh, then it was not that.
No.
Unless the spice changed the coloring of it, which it may
Maybe,
have. I don't
maybe,
know.
yeah, but I'm assuming they can. If you said it was spicy, you probably turned it like red.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, like the base broth, at least the way I've seen it is tonkotsu is based off is like the milky white one, and that's like I feel like that's been getting really popular. It was getting really popular in the last couple of years as like the ramen that everybody knows, because that's the type of ramen that just got really popular the last couple of years that everybody makes. But yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds. Like I can't name them all, but I know there's one where like they use chicken, where it's like a chicken base and it's a lot lighter in color, but it's also like supposed to be pretty good too. And I haven't had it before, but
Yeah, like I'll be honest, those two dishes single-handedly made that trip worth it, because it was like it was good. Actually that good of food.
So did you have like a metaphorical bust, or did you actually bust like you need a new pair of pants bust?
I think I did moan in the the store, not like loudly. I wasn't like the oh, this is good, so good and tasty, you know. I was
this dude had a food gasm, like actually.
Yeah, I had like
a
food wars moment. I had a food wars
moment.
Like I legit was like, oh my god, like I was like, dude, this tastes like amazing. Like I don't think anything can compare to like what I've eaten like so far. Like this feels like it's authentic, you know. You can feel like the love they put into this. Honestly, even though they probably didn't put a lot of love into it, it felt like it was authentic food, you know. And
sure. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah. Next time, if we ever go to Chicago, I'll show you the place. It's nice. Really good. It's a really good place. They also did takeout too. So
cool.
That's pretty interesting. But yeah, we also like the fried chicken too. They have fried chicken, right? And we ate it so quickly, I forgot to take a photo of it, so I had to like kind of edit, because I took a video of just like the empty bowl that we left, and I'm probably just gonna edit like some like the chicken that they had, and just like put it like a PNG over like the empty bowl, because that fried chicken was so good. Like
yeah, karage, right?
Yeah, yep. Dude, I didn't think that fried chicken was.
I don't know if I pronounced that right, but yeah. Yeah, I tried making that before. I've tried making it before. I forgot whose recipe I was following, but it turned out pretty good. It was really like it is pretty tasty. I do want to try actual like karage. It'd be interesting.
Because that was like an appetizer dish, and man, we killed that within like 3 minutes, less than that, to be honest, because it was so good. We just like destroyed that, and yeah, I honestly want to go. I actually miss it so much, dude. I miss that ramen so much, because that was like, it was like soul food, dude. It was just so good. And then,
you found your calling in life.
Yeah, I found my calling, dude. I'm like, dude, I need to know how to make this ramen, dog. This shit was so damn good. But yeah, that literally, that restaurant single-handedly made that trip to Chinatown actually fun. Other than that, everything else was shit. Going to Chinatown, it was not fun.
I feel like you guys, what you guys could have done instead of driving around, right? Maybe went and just got like public transportation, right? I don't know how easy that is or how expensive that would be, right? But for at least when I was in like Berlin in Germany, it's like a big city like that, right? It's about, I don't know how big it is compared to Chicago. I think it might be bigger. I don't remember. But yeah, like if you were to drive in Chicago and like Berlin, that would have been complete ass. Like I don't know, a couple of times we were on the bus, like the public buses and stuff. It was like, man, it was tough. It was like hard brakes. It was like, whew, it was tight. It was tight. But like when you were on the train system, I don't know if like if Chicago has like a above ground train system, like a metro system.
They do.
They do. Then that might have been easier. Like it might not be as direct, but I feel like it could have been less time consuming, because when the trains come in, it's not stopping for nobody. It's not really stopping for nobody, right? So you gotta get the right away. Cause I feel like that might be easier than actually driving yourself. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Ever since I went to like a big city, I feel like driving isn't really worth it. Plus,
no, it's not.
Considering the gas prices, I'm surprised you even drove.
Dude, gas prices they fluctuated so differently depending on what, like, I think what.
Was it just like different from part of town? Like
yeah,
parts
like
of the city was
in the city, it was like damn near almost $6. Like it was like $5.40 something, $5.30. Like
That's
it was getting
crazy.
like it was getting pretty close to like to the $6 mark. But then like you go, there's like this one random gas stop I went to, like it was just a little bit outside the city of Chicago. It was like $4.99 or like 4.70.
Bro, it's like the whole
Yeah.
dollar off.
Yeah,
crazy.
and then like you go like past that to another gas station, like into like the suburbs, like 5.30. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this one gas station like? Like it's like if Appleton was in the middle of like, for like Milwaukee and like
Right.
like
That's crazy.
or in the middle of Milwaukee, but from like from south side Milwaukee to like north side Milwaukee. It's like that. That's how like crazy it was. Like it was like literally like only a couple like minutes away from like the other counties, or like the other like districts essentially. And I'm like, dude, this is like insane. How like the gas like dipped, and yeah, that was pretty fun. And then the rave was pretty mediocre. So I don't really want to say anything too much about it because it wasn't that good. So I'm like, that's it. It was a fun for what it was, but it wasn't like I knew all the songs. And I'm just like, oh, this is all right. But yeah.
So when you were down there, was it just alcohol, or did you indulge in some other stuff?
No, I am a child. I'm an innocent child that I only drink alcohol.
Alright.
No, I don't think there were people even handing that stuff out to anyways. Even if there
No,
was.
but dude, actually, I got a question about that, right? About like obtaining like substances. Like, you know, I don't do them. I don't. The thing is, even if I wanted to do them, I don't know how you even go about buying them. Like, you know, you see the movies, right? You just go to like some random shady dude or some random corner in the city, right? And you go, hey, I want to buy some like stuff, right? Like, but like, is that how it really? Like, I wonder, is that really how it happens in like real life? I just like so like.
Kinda, cause this actually kind of relates to what happened like a couple days ago. So I went to go watch Thor, right? I'm not gonna spoil it. I didn't personally like it, but I'm gonna go watch Thor with a couple of buddies of ours. And as we were leaving the theater, this white guy, this two white like high school kids came up to us, and one of them was asking, "Hey, is it gonna be a flood zone?" Like that's literally what he said to us. And me and him just looked at each other like, what? Because we're like, what the hell is this guy even talking about? And then he said it again, like how, like saying that we thought we misheard him or something. He's like, yeah, is this gonna be a flood zone or anything? And I was like, what is this guy actually talking about? And I think his buddy realized how awkward it was, because I think we seemed kind of hostile, because we looked like we were about to punch him, to be honest, because he was getting a little too close to us. Like he kept walking like towards us, and he stopped, I think, at like maybe 5 feet away from the both of us. And I was like, yo, this is getting a little too close, man. And then his buddy's like, hey, oh, sorry, we didn't know. We're just asking. I'm like, oh, yeah. I was like, don't worry about it. And then I was talking to my buddy like after that. And he was like, do you know what he was talking about? I was like, no. He's like, do you know? I was like, oh, I thought he wanted drugs from me. I was like, what? Like, really? He's like, yeah, like, that shit always happens to me all the time. People just come up to me and ask if I have drugs on me. I'm like,
your friend just looked like the type to sell drugs.
yeah, apparently because of his long hair that he has. Apparently he looks like a drug dealer. So if you just go to him and ask if he has some stuff on him, so I'm not surprised that that's how easy people get drugs. But
that's crazy. I don't know, man. Like I guess I'm just so like I just don't do it, right? So I'm just so far from it. I don't know. Like I don't know how the process would be. Like isn't it so awkward too to just like go up to someone like, hey, I want to buy drugs. I mean, obviously you want to say that, but like
you got the drugs.
I just like isn't it, that's just so weird, right? Like I thought about like if I wanted to buy drugs, like where would I even go to buy drugs? Like like you hear about people buying drugs, you hear about like drugs being bought, right? And like but it's like you hear people talk about they bought this and that, and it's like what the fuck do you guys even go to buy drugs? Like what the fuck? I'm so confused. Like I don't know how that shit works. I'm low-key glad I don't know how that shit works.
You're saying that one. I like to have one weed, please.
Right. Right. I don't know, man. I'm just so disconnected from that world. It's just like, man, like it's very. I find it really intriguing. Like what do people do? Like just like how would people buy drugs? It's just like that's interesting. I just find it really interesting.
I think it's just because those people are just. They're shady. Yeah, they're kind of shady in general. Yeah. So it's kind of like.
It makes sense for them. If it makes sense for it not to be public knowledge, because obviously, you know, you're doing illegal shit. Cops are gonna come after you. But it's like I just find it super interesting. Like, how does that shit even work? Like, where would you even go? Right?
Most of it kind of is online, I would say. Now.
Really?
I feel like it's a little easier. It's a little easier now to do it because the internet is so prevalent now that people will just use that.
True. Yeah.
Because there's like VPNs you can buy. There's like fucking Tor browsers that you can download to like, you know, to kind of just mask your identity. So you can just like
I heard WhatsApp is completely encrypted, so nobody.
That's why people
nobody can crack it.
Yeah, like people definitely use that shit for that. So yeah. But
so wait. So let's go back. All right, no more drug talk. Let's go back. You said you watched Thor: Love and Thunder. I watched it recently too. You said you didn't like it. How would you rate it out of 10 though?
Did you want to know about my trip? The rest of the trip though?
I guess we could. I don't know if we ever finished that. All right, we can go back.
Because I still got one more day left.
All right. Okay. Cool.
My Sunday trip. So that Sunday trip was, I think, that one was not as eventful, but I think it was probably the best out of like merchandise wise I bought, because I bought everything the last day that I really wanted, because again I was broke. So right, so the second day, right, this is going back to the second day. I thought my account got like stolen or like I thought I overdrafted on accident, because I was buying these posters, right, and this lady apparently she typed it in my card information wrong. Right, because when she was typing it and trying to process it through, she said that the card got declined, and that just scared the fuck out of me, because I'm like, dude, what? Like, I was like, I thought she was like lying to me for a second. I was like, so I looked at it and she's like, yeah. She pointed to me like, yeah, I got declined. I was like, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, either one, like someone that I bought from earlier must have like just stole my card or something, but I never used it, right? I haven't used it.
I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling when you use your card and it gets declined. Like, wait, why am I broke?
Like, there's so many things.
I know I have some money in there, right?
Yeah. Like, there's so many things going through my head. I'm like, dude, did someone like try to scam me earlier, or like what was going on? Like, I don't know what the hell's happening right now. And so, I had to pay it out of like money. Luckily, I bought cash, so I had to ask like Binky to spot me a couple like 20s, because I didn't have enough cash on me to pay for the whole thing, because I spent it on like the JoJo posters. So,
right.
So I went, and then when we bought it, I went to my hotel and I was calling them. They're like, oh yeah, everything seems kind of fine on our end. I think the lady I think the person whoever charged you, they must have done something wrong there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so like for until that point, I was like panicking for like 45 minutes, because it took us like around like that long to get us back to the hotel before I could actually make a call. So I was like panicking, like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. Like, damn, like what happens now? Like, I don't have money to pay off my car. I don't have enough money to pay off like an apartment that I'm looking for soon. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking panicking right now. Like, she was like the most like stress-inducing part of the trip, other than the Chicago like traffic.
The traffic.
Yeah, the traffic was actually worse than that, because at least it got resolved like quickly. You know, it took only one call. So, but
hey, you know, I'm glad you didn't get your shit robbed.
Yeah. But yeah, I bought a lot of the stuff. Again, I'm still editing the vlog still, so I'll probably show it off then. But I got these like Yu-Gi-Oh keychains, like Yu-Gi-Oh card keychains. I have a blue eyes and I have a pot of green one, and they were pretty cheap. It was like $5 per like keychain, so I could have bought quite a lot, honestly. But I have some pretty cool figurines. I have like I had 3 JoJo figurines that I bought at the con. And the third day we were like, you know what, let's just go all out on beating the weeb, and let's just go find like a Japanese supermarket, because this is Chicago. And I did some pre-research before going there. I was like, let's just go to, I think there's a supermarket here, and let's just go visit that. And so, and there was like I forgot what the place was called. At the Mitsuwa, the Mitsuwa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what the place was called. Yeah. And so I went there, right, and there was like a Japanese there's a Japanese supermarket and also a Japanese bookstore combined into one like big supermarket. And there's some bomb ass chips, dude. the chips that I bought, they only come in like one size. They don't come in like larger sizes. I don't think at least they did. And I just ate them recently, like because one night I got like super drunk and ate all the chips. Fucking fire as hell, dude. They were so amazing.
What were they like imported?
Spicy
like,
chili. That's what there's. Oh, that's right. Sweet chili. Sweet chili. That's what it said. Sorry. Spicy chili. Doesn't make any sense. Like
how big was the
flavor.
bag? How big was the bag itself?
The bag was like a
What
you know
size?
like those gas
like
station
snack-
bags you get, or like chips, like the really small, like the snack size.
Just
Not like
like
the
the,
that. It's like
like,
the snack size, like some of the mini ones, right? Like the ones that can fit in your hand, but like the ones that are double the size of that.
so they're like. Okay, so they're not the standard size, but they're like the
Yeah.
one smaller than
They're
that.
like the one below the standard size,
Okay.
essentially. And it
Okay.
was basically that big. And
That's not a lot. That seems like only a little
you
bit.
can finish it pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie, you can finish it pretty quickly. It's like a good light snack, and it was absolutely great. And so I bought some of those stuff, and I wanted to buy some alcohol too, but I'm like, dude, I don't really have that much money left, and I kind of want to see if I could like get some mangas, because I was like, well, I was trying to save money right at that point, so I wasn't trying to buy too much stuff until I saw the bookstore, and the bookstore was like, it was a really really like big extensive bookstore. Like they had like a lot of mangas. They had like One Piece, they had classic Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I think they had as well. They had Bleach. They had One Punch Man, Promised Neverland, like a lot of great titles they had, and they also were like they doubled as a kind of like a news, like a newspaper place too, like a Japanese like magazine place, so you could buy all that stuff there too.
Mhm.
So, and they also have figurines too, but those were like kind of too expensive for me, unfortunately. I wanted to buy some because there was like a JoJo. There's like a Joseph. Oh, not. Yeah, there's a Joseph and Caesar figurine models that I wanted to buy, but they're both like 110 each. Something like that. It's a lot. And
Okay, 110 each.
I bought
How many volumes is that? How many volumes is that?
For what?
How many volumes is that? Like you said, the 110 for like the JoJo thing. Is that like all the volumes, or is that like?
Oh no, I meant like figurines, like not the. Not the manga
figurines.
stuff.
My bad.
Yeah,
okay.
figurines is $110. Sorry, but the books, the mangas that I bought all of part one, and
Uh-huh.
there's three volumes for it,
Mm.
and each book cost me $20.
Okay, so $60.
Yeah, and
I don't know if that's a
and-
good or bad price. I don't
Eh,
buy. I
don't
haven't
really
bought
know.
any mangas myself,
Yeah.
but
I don't really know because some of the other ones like they cost a little bit lesser, and they were like, yeah, they were kind of popular at the time too. They're still popular, so like Chainsaw Man was like 12, 14ish per book. So, but oh no, sorry, Spy Family. The Spy Family that cost
Spy
I don't know how
Family,
much.
okay.
So. But I know why it costs $20 because it's like a hardcover, and they have colored pages in them too. So it's and they also have like original artwork drawn by Akira as well in them. Like he has like a redraw of like Caesar and and Jonathan for part one
okay.
on the covers. Like the covers are like completely different artworks from like what's inside the manga itself. So it was pretty cool. And that cost me a lot of money. I'll be honest. I didn't expect to buy that much stuff at that bookstore, but that was pretty cool. And that's basically what we did. And we just went to. Oh, we also went to round one in Milwaukee because we're coming back home from
Mhm.
Chicago. And that was pretty fun. It wasn't as fun as I remembered when we went. To be honest, they took a lot. They replaced some machines, like the stuffed machines, like the stuffed animal, like the stuffed toys machines. They took a lot of like the
claw machines.
yeah, the claw machines. They replaced a lot of like the,
You're struggling with that. I was like,
I don't know what I was trying
Okay.
to fucking say. Sorry. Ironically, I
good.
also had struggle trying to win some prizes there too, because they actually fucking sucked so bad. Like the calls were so horrendous, dude. I couldn't, like,
Dude, claw machines are like the fucking worst. Because
I don't know how
they look
people-
like they look just about like able to do it right, but they're rigged to not ever work properly.
yeah, it's like the UFO catchers. You know, the one with only like 2 claws, right?
Yeah.
Not like the 3 claw, like the classic like American like ones that we always usually see. And yeah, most of the prizes though, they were just like stuffed animals. They weren't even like good. Like they weren't like, you know, the last time there was like figurines that we could have won, right? Stuff like that. But they didn't have any of that stuff, and it was just like, oh, it's kind of disappointing. And but surprisingly though, I won a shit ton of like tickets on this one game. I won like 700 tickets, basically for one game.
Interesting.
Around, yeah, because there's a game where like you're supposed to grab. There's like a claw, so it's like a dump, like a scooper. You know, like those like construction machines where they scoop up the dirt and stuff like that, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they picked that up, and then basically underneath it is like a rotating like circle of like prize, like tickets that you can win. And depending on how heavy it weighs, that's how much it's worth essentially. You don't win those tickets physically; it just adds to the card. And so what would happen is that it will pick it up, scoop it, and then it would put it on like this little like slide that goes down and pushes like these other like tickets that are already on this moving like trolley thing. And it will push the tickets past a certain point, and once it pushes it past a certain point, it's like the quarter machines, you know?
Yeah,
You
like
put
when you
in.
drop the
Yeah.
quarter and then like
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like those machines,
shovel
but they
them
with
out?
tickets.
Okay.
It's just with tickets instead.
All right,
So-
cool.
Yeah, and it was hard. I spent like, I think it's like 11 credits per play. I spent over like 200 credits per play, essentially.
Did you win anything at least, or did you just like waste all your credits?
No, so for every credit I won or I spent, basically, I won at least one ticket back
Oh, okay.
that I saw personally. But when I went to go check my ticket like total, we didn't even play that many games where we would have won a lot of tickets anyways. Because I think when I physically saw my ticket count, it was like at 200, and then the other games probably totaled at another 200 or so, or even less than that, to be honest. And I want to go like check my total. It's like 700 tickets. I'm like, I want like an extra 300 somehow, and most likely it's from that machine, because like once it falls over, it will always count like your ticket, like your the last person who swiped the card. So someone could be a total ass bitch and fucking like see someone doing all that hard work and like failing, and then just come in right at the last moment and swipe that shit and like get all the tickets that they like get pushed over at the end.
Oh, okay. That is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But
I realized
I'm glad that didn't happen to you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was pretty interesting. I think I didn't spend it too. I'm probably gonna save it up until next time. I want to get that VR set that they have. It's like 13,000 or 13, yeah, somewhere around there. So that was my whole trip that whole weekend. Honestly, it was a fun trip. I quite enjoyed it. I kind of want to do that again with my buddies and actually like go to like an actual con and actually cosplay and stuff.
Right. Hey, sounds fun, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get to go to one soon.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. So Thor, spoiler alert, right?
Yeah. Thor. Spoiler alert right now for Thor. Love and Thunder. I mean, it just dropped, right? It just dropped last week.
Dropped last week.
So I don't know. Considering our editing time and how often
it'll be like a month or
I don't know. It could be anywhere.
It'd
Between,
be like a week from this point.
Yeah, if we can get this done fast, a week. If we can't get it done fast,
2 weeks.
It could be up to a month. But this is spoiler alert. You know, hopefully by the time you hear this, spoilers.
You've already watched it.
Or have you already watched it? But yeah, let's go. So
it's fucking ass. It's actual ass. Like this.
Out of 10. Out of 10. What do you rate?
I would say a fucking like 4.
4?
3.
Damn, you're really harsh on it.
It was really not good. I did not like it at all. I was not invested in any of the characters other than Christian Bale. I'll be honest.
He had.
Christian
I think
Bale,
Christian Bale was. I
he
think
carried
Christian
that
Bale,
film, dude.
Yeah, Gore, the God Butcher, he definitely was the best character in the movie. I agree. In terms, I think if I'm gonna rate it, legitly, I think, if I consider in all the writing and everything, I think I'm giving it like a mid to high 6, because I thought it was. I enjoyed it personally. For me, I enjoy it. I do like some dumb humor sometimes, and I do think it was enjoyable a little bit, but it was like enjoyable enough. I do think though that there are a lot of writing flaws that really held back Thor: Love and Thunder. Like personally for me, one thing, and I've been hearing this a lot about from like a lot of like movie reviewers and stuff too, is that there's too many jokes. Like it's too funny.
It's too funny. Like
yeah, like they have
try
too
to
many
be
jokes.
serious in like so many points in the movie, but you can't take it seriously because they just joke around so much. It's like
right. It takes away from like it breaks you out of it, right? Like
yeah.
like there's some parts, especially like the interactions between Gore and Thor, right? Like the first time they meet, maybe if he would have cracked a couple of jokes in the beginning when they first met, yeah, maybe that would have been okay. But the thing is, they kept cracking jokes every time Gore was on, even though Gore was on screen. And the thing is, like I'm gonna compare this a lot to the third one, right? Ragnarok, because I feel like Ragnarok is definitely the funniest out of all the movies, right? Like Thor 1 and 2, 1 was pretty solid, but it was not funny, right? It was not like a funny movie. Number 2, they went even less funny and even darker, but it got too serious in a way. So it's like it was even like it wasn't that great. And then number 3, they kind of flipped the whole thing where they made it, even though they had some serious topics, right, like death and everything, they made it, the way they wrote it was able to become more funny. They wrote it more funny, more comedic, and I actually really enjoyed that about Ragnarok. I think, for me personally, I think Ragnarok is the one I enjoyed the most out of all of them. And the thing about this one, the thing about Love and Thunder is I think they just had too many jokes. Like, it's okay to have a couple of jokes here and there, right? Like some of the jokes were genuinely funny. Some of them were just really annoying. Like the goats, dude. How did you feel about the goats? I hated the goats.
Oh my god, dude. Like, that shit was so bad, bro.
Yeah, like the first couple,
so...
like the first time the goats were on screen and they were loud and annoying. That was okay. That was okay. It was kind of funny, right? But like, oh yeah, it's like a throwback to like the old like early 2010s.
Yeah, the yelling
shit, right?
goat. Yeah, haha.
Yeah, like yelling goat. I was like, that's funny. I get the reference, but then every time the goats were on screen,
the second time.
Yeah, like literally every time the ghosts were on screen, they just kept making goat noises. And like the thing was, it wasn't like subtle. It was super loud. Like that was like the only thing you heard. It drowned everything out basically, right? There could be like mid fight, and then all of a sudden goat bleep, like super loud. And it's like, look.
That's literally what happened during the second fight.
Yeah,
they
literally
come in to save like fucking what was it? What's the Rock dude's name again? Gorg, yeah.
Yeah.
They come save Gorg like from almost dying, and you just hear like, oh, it's fucking this intense ass music, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like what the fuck? It's not even like I legit am like, dude, this is actually like fucking annoying as hell. Like I remember in the theater, everyone laughed at the joke, right? And the beginning, it was kind of funny because like they're yelling, and then Thor's like, oh, we turn them into meat, and they just stop, talking. And then it's like, oh, okay, I see that. It's like that's pretty funny.
That was funny. That was a good joke, right? Like, and like the thing was like the loud goats. Yeah, they're like quote unquote funny because we know where it comes from, right? We get the meme, right? Yeah. But that meme died so long ago, dude. That like goat noises, that's so old, dude. Everybody who grew up listening to that, we're now in our 20s, bro.
20s to 30s, dog. Like
some people are
old.
30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're old. Like we get it, right? But like, do it twice, maybe even do it twice, maybe 3 times, and you have one at the end to kind of like reference that again, right? But like every time the goat's on screen, every single time, that's just excessive. It's like
so dumb,
it's like
dude. It's so bad.
It's like this, right? It's like this. It's like eating ice cream, right? I like ice cream, I really do. But you eat too much ice cream, your body's gonna crash, right? You know, I feel like that, right? Like it's a funny thing. It's a good thing. You gotta use it sparingly, you know.
I
Yes,
honestly,
well,
I would
not really
I
ice
kinda
cream. Maybe
refer
more like
this
pepper.
to-
Maybe more like pepper. Pepper's good,
Yeah.
but too much pepper hurts, and that was the goats. Like it is. It's like a funny joke, right? It's like it's funny, like not like super funny, but it's funny. You know, we can understand it, but like you use it every single time, not just like. You get tired of it real quick. Like I know some people have hated it more than others. Definitely, I feel like you hate it more than I do. But like, I do also think like the goats was really annoying, and they really threw the movie off for me. Like,
yeah, it was like a punchline that kept trying to, like, so it's like someone telling the same joke over and over again. The
Yeah,
same
dude.
punchline. The first time it's funny, and then they just like, well, they laughed the first time, might as well keep doing it again, right?
right?
It's
Like, they're
It's like
beating
saying
the
yo mama jokes, like, but then the saying yo mama joke is like, oh, okay, buddy, like, it's done, like, just leave it.
right.
please.
Like yeah, because like they didn't. It's like they didn't even have like Cause yeah, like legitimately, it is like that. Like the goats had two good jokes in it, right? One was that, oh, this is the gift we're giving you, but they're loud bleeding. They're like loud ass bleeding goats, right? And so that's okay. The shock value, okay, that's funny. And then when Thor said, yeah, you know, if they get too much, we can just turn them into meat, and then they stop. That was the other joke. That's it. That's the only two jokes they needed.
Yeah,
But-
those
but
are the
the
only two
goats.
jokes. That's it.
The only two jokes that they needed, the only two jokes that they really had. Like, and then every time the ghosts were on screen, they just were loud and annoying. And
Yeah.
the thing is, they're not even characters, so why are they there? Like, they're just background shit. Why, dude? Like, the background shit shouldn't be taking that much away from the rest of the movie, right? It took away
like-
so much from the movie. It's like that's
I feel
so.
like they had just as much screen time as it did that Gore had. To be completely
Dude,
honest,
low key, I feel like they
I
might
feel
have
like
had
they
more.
had the same exact screen time, dude. I'm not even joking about that.
Right.
That's like, and the CGI was really not great.
Dude,
either,
and like,
really.
dude, the goats had more screen time than Heimdall's son, bro.
Yes.
Dude, legitly,
Yeah.
like the hell, dude. Like Natalie Portman, low key had less screen time than the fucking goats, bro.
Yeah. Like, yeah, like her in Thor form was like less prevalent than the goats, dude. That's kind of funny to think about.
Right, dude. I just don't understand like that. I just like look, the goats in it themselves are okay, right? The two jokes they had lined up, the two actual jokes they had lined up, they were good. I thought they were funny, right? Like. They're not like the most funniest shit I've ever seen, but they're funny. You know, they work, I guess, right? But like, they used it. They kept like every time the ghosts were on screen, they kept doing it. They kept using that scream, like ghost bleed, and that was like every single time. Like,
I remember the
Goats
ghost,
could-
like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that's like the ghosts could be on screen for like just a split second. You could, but that's all you can hear. Like literally, like not just me thinking it. Like you could, that's the
You can
noise.
physically hear the image of it.
Yeah, like no, it's not just you can physically hear like they play the noise.
Yeah.
Like they can be on screen for a split, they can be crossing the screen for a split second, and that's all you can hear. It drowns out the music, literally. Like that's all you can hear, and that takes everything so much away from the rest of the movie. And yeah, that's me on the goats. I think the goats were fine the first two times we saw them. I think after that they could have just been quiet, right? Like yes, we know they're annoying, but it's been implied. You don't gotta keep showing it. That's just repetitive, you know. It's like
I get it. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's just
You have anything
It's-
else to say on the goats?
like the theater progressively got less and less quiet at laughing at the joke or like
Right.
laughing at the joke every time the ghosts kept showing up. Like I found that
Right.
hilarious. Like when I was like watching it, because we came out, it was a premiere night, so I saw all there were like a bunch of people there with
Mhm.
like my group too, and like
Yeah.
every time the joke like first happened, everyone's like laughing, and they kept going, and then every time the ghost kept showing up, less and less people kept laughing at the joke. Like you could tell like how people were just like, okay, come on, man, let's hop off of it. And
Right.
I think
Right.
other than the jokes, like the CGI wasn't really that great either, too. To be completely honest,
Yeah, CG could have
Um,
been done a little better too.
could have done a lot better. Like Axel, like his face showing up, I'm like, this looks kind of.
That looked kind of janky.
It looked kind of janky. I'm like, what the?
It was
fuck?
really weird. It was.
Yeah,
really
I understand. Like he can't project himself like his dad, because his dad can
Uh-huh.
like full like connect with him and like see him right away and stuff like that. Well, I don't even know even how his powers even activate because I've technically only really seen the third movie. I haven't seen the second
Heimdall.
movie.
Okay, so Heimdall just has like Heimdall just has the ability to like see everything.
Yeah.
Like he just has a clairvoyance basically.
Yeah.
So he can just see everything, which is really weird. Like honestly, like the weirdest thing too about that is the fact that they gave Heimdall a son, but this whole time we've never seen him. This is the first time we've ever heard about Heimdall having a kid, right? And it's like obviously Heimdall wasn't really a character until like the third movie where he had one scene, but like, but like, I don't know, man. It is just really weird.
I remember like they were showing like the kids getting kidnapped. I'm like, is this kid supposed to be important? Because it's like the only like, it's like a prominent like figure. Like they were like showing his room and this other like girl's room too, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, is this kid even important? And then he shows up in like the next scene. I'm like, who's this? Who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
Like, it's just like it just came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, he has a son. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And then his son's like speaking through like a fucking like magic mirror, you know, mirror on the wall type of shit, you know? It's like, what the fuck?
And I hate how they kept going on about the joke about him being named Axel, but or him like, trying to be called Axel, like, but he's like,
call me Axel. I'm like, no.
But his actual name was like something else.
Your name. I'm like,
like you know, if they would have did that one back and forth once, okay, but they did like 3-4 times. It's like, we get it. He wants to be called Axel. Can we move on? Yeah. Like it's not like that. Literally is not like whatever his name is. Not really important, but what he can do, right? Like you know, it's good to know who he is, but you know his name now. You said it once. That's all we need to know. Because
the joke is not as important as the context. Please, come on.
Right.
I need to know why this dude's talking to him now. Like,
yeah, and so
it just didn't make any sense, and it's so dumb. And then like,
yeah, so that brings me back to like, oh my bad. You see?
Oh, I was saying like just like the helmets didn't really look that cool either too. To be honest, I could tell they were CGI'd. They didn't really look real.
I feel like the helmets were overkill because he hasn't really worn a helmet.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Has he even worn a helmet other than the second movie? I think
he wore a helmet the first movie, and he had like a helmet the third movie, but like they were like very minimal. Like a helmet isn't really like a necessary part of his attire, at least not in the MCU. So I don't know why they kept giving them helmets.
I think it's just a throw to as like a shout out to the comics, I guess.
Yeah, probably for like also like Thor had like for some reason Thor had like a couple of different like outfits, you know, like even just like his god outfit, right? Like the first one he wore, it has more black, and then the one he wears after he comes back from to a new Asgard and sees Natalie Portman's store, he wears a different suit of armor, right? I'm assuming that's to get like, you know, toy sales up, but it's like, was it really necessary to give him like that different, to give him like the other armor? Because I low-key liked his first armor more than his second armor.
Clean.
Yeah, the one that's more black. I thought that was way cooler.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
It was like clean, simple. The other one was like too it was like the gold trim and everything was too
Is it white? It was red, white, blue, wasn't it?
It was like kind of like red. It was like, I don't know if it had red, but it was like blue, gold. It was like blue, white, and gold. It was really, I don't know. It was like,
I don't
really
even remember. That's how like unmemorable it was to me personally.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just didn't really. All I know is that it was like more gold in the first one, and I thought it was unnecessary overkill. Kind of like the same issue with like in Spider-Man No Way Home, where they gave Peter in one movie 4 suits.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard about that. Yeah,
because he had the because he wore the regular suit. He wore like this regular suit that he made in the second movie. He wore the Iron Spider suit. He wore the regular suit inside out, which looked gold, which was the gold and black circuit board suit, and he also wore the integrated Spider-Man, a regular Spider-Man suit that had the Iron Spider suit chest plate. Yeah, so he wore like 4 different variants of suits in one movie, and like it was low-key unnecessary. I don't know. It's kind of like that, right? Like, dude, look, we've seen movies where the main character wears one suit, and that's all they needed because they don't need any other suit, and that's fine, you know. Like in universe, that's okay. That makes sense too, right? But having different, even like when they do change suits, like in Iron Man where he did change suits. It wasn't because of just anything. Like he changed suits because he had to, right?
It's an upgrade to his
Right, like
to
in like in
those,
Avengers,
yeah.
his suit was damaged, so he got into the new suit, right? Or like in Iron Man 3, even though that was the one with the most suits, but that's
Yeah.
also because the suit he was using all movie was damaged and he couldn't use it anymore, so he had to get into a new suit. And so it's like it makes sense for them to change suits, but like Peter, maybe he had to change suits once. He didn't need to change 7 times, right? And it was like
I think they made an excuse because like he had to clean his like shirt because of like goo and whatnot because his other suit got integrated with Dr. Ock stuff. And
yeah, I don't know. It was
I guess that's
it
cool.
It was
But
just
it was just like I don't know,
unnecessary. I feel like it was just
yeah.
unnecessary, man. And like same with Thor. Like Thor did not need like 3 suits, different suits in that movie. And another thing I didn't like go back to the jokes, right? Like compared to like number 3, the reason why number 3 could be more lighthearted was because when they established the movie, right, it shows all the characters and it kind of showed everybody in a more like a lighter mood already. And so that they already set the theme of the movie as it's gonna be more lighthearted than the other Thor movies, right? And so it kind of worked more organically. But for this one, who do we see right when the movie starts? We see Gore the God Butcher losing his daughter and then losing faith in the gods and then murdering the god, right? So right off the bat, we see that this is gonna be a darker movie, a more intense movie covering more like darker topics, right? And then boom, everything's just jokes, right? Right, like and then after that, even when Gore is on screen with Thor, right? Like when Gore and Thor first fought in New Asgard, and they're talking about like the Necroblade, and he was like, "Oh, you think like a sword like that would hurt me?" And he starts stabbing her, right? Instead of like being more serious and showing that, oh, the Necro sword can actually hurt Thor, he went with a joke. They went with a joke like, "Oh, ow, that's sharp." Like, no, that doesn't. No. Why are they trying to make the interactions with Gore funny? Like, that's not the point. Gore is like right now. What we know about him is that he's a guy who's out to kill the gods because the gods, he gave everything for the gods and he got nothing back in return, right? Just suffering. So he's out to kill the gods. And the fact that they just kept joking, even though between the main character and the main antagonist, when that doesn't make any sense, right? Like, there's just too many jokes. Like, I get you want to be funny, right? And I get that like Taika Waititi, he's more of like a funny comedy director in a way. It's like they tried too hard to make it funny, right? Like they saw that Thor 3 was funny and that worked, and they try to recreate that. But the thing is, the theme they set right off the bat wasn't funny. You can't make it a funny movie if the first thing we see is fucking kid dying and murder, right? Like you can't make like I guess
I understand. It's just
like you can make like, there's a way to make murder funny, but the way they had it with Gore was not funny, right? Like
this dude's
no,
literally
that's
out for
not
vengeance. Like
right, like this is not a comedy. Like why are you making this so funny, right? Like I think it would have been better if this movie was actually the darkest movie.
Serious, yeah. This probably should have been the darkest movie.
But it was they made it too funny. So like it was like from a writing standpoint with all the jokes, like they made too many jokes and it just ruined the script. Like I think the writing between the characters is okay, right? For the writing between the characters and like every character's arc was kind of okay, but because they made so many jokes, what we actually saw was just jokes, and those jokes didn't help. A lot of those jokes didn't really help with anybody's character development, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was.
Like I didn't hate it. It was just not.
This is why I hate it, because I know for a fact I know why I hate it.
It's not really that good.
Yeah, this movie wasn't good, and it's ass compared to like all the other movies. I don't even know if it's better than the second one because I haven't seen the second one at all.
I think it's better. I still think it's better than the second one, but in terms of story writing, the plot isn't as good as the first one. Yeah, because like really the only character that was actually good for the most part was Gore the God Butcher, right? Because luckily they didn't write him to make jokes. He didn't make jokes. Like the one time he made a joke.
Yeah, he did one joke, but
he made one joke, but that actually,
menace, though.
Yeah, but that joke was actually good. It showed how warped he was, right? Because he was trying to like interact with the kids, and that joke wasn't funny. That joke was super scary, right?
Yeah.
And like it was like a scary. It wasn't like scary, but it was like
to
but
traumatize
like it
the
implied scary. Like it was like menacing towards the kids, and so like Yeah, so it made sense, right? That the joke, his way of getting close to kids was fucked up because at the moment he had a fucked up mind, right? And so it made sense. But like the other jokes that were like supposed to be jokes for the audience to listen to, they like some of them were funny. I did enjoy the movie. Like there were some jokes that I definitely enjoyed. There were some parts that I did enjoy, but like. And so like I don't hate the movie, but I can't agree that it's not a good movie. And like I feel like that's one of the big flaws of the current phase of Marvel is that the writing sucks right now.
I don't even know what they're building up to be honest. This doesn't feel like.
So what I don't know much about the comics. Apparently, there's a comic book run called The Secret Wars, and what happens in the Secret Wars is like it's talk about the multiverse and how the multiverse had like a big multiverse war, and is considering how we're moving towards like a multiverse idea with Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, WandaVision, and what's the other one called? Loki. How we're moving towards like a multiverse idea. That the people are speculating that they're for sure gonna move towards like the Secret Wars. They're gonna start trying to adapt the Secret Wars comic book run. So I think that's what they're building up towards, like a big multiverse war type of thing. But at the moment, I think like just like what they're doing right now, like visuals is decent. They could do some stuff better. Some stuff really are just shit. But like as far as like visuals right now, it's okay, right? The characters they have, I think the characters they have are decent. You know, they have a pretty good pool of characters and pretty good pool of actors and actresses they can pull from. But the weakest part of this phase right now is that the writing sucks. Like the dialogue between people, there's like it's been pretty hit or miss, and a lot of misses so far. Like this movie, the dialogue between like especially like between Thor and Gore, right? A lot of it is bad, and a lot of times like they just make it too funny. Like, you know, I can respect, you know, the actors put in the work and they're working what they have, right? I don't really blame the actors too much, but I do blame the script writers. The script writers aren't doing their job. Like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like the scripts have just been lacking. Like, this has been a lack of like the script, like the writing aspect of it. The writing's been really weak.
To be honest, it's not good. It's not good. I haven't watched like a good movie from this phase other than Shang-Chi and Spider-Man.
Well, even like, I don't know. For me, right? Even Shang-Chi and Spider-Man aren't that good either. Like, Spider-Man's overloaded, and some of the villains don't need to be there. Like Sandman, don't need him. The lizard guy, definitely don't need him. Electro, he's kind of interesting, but you don't really need him either. And so like Spider-Man, they have too many. They have too many villains. I feel like they had too many villains, and they had just too much shit happening all at once, right? Like, as far as the movie goes, like it was like the writing was actually kind of okay there, but they just had too much shit going on, and that makes everything just kind of weaker, right? Shang-Chi is probably one of the better movies that came out, but even then, Shang-Chi's like the plot is not too like nothing too new. It's still kind of just like they still have a lot of like classic Marvel moments.
Good guy beats bad guy. Oh,
yeah, and
no.
the ending was, I didn't really like the ending of Shang-Chi. Like having them fight like a big dragon. CGI monster was just kind of. I feel like it low key ruined. It ruined every like the whole arc. Yeah, like Wenwu, like you know, him sacrificed himself for his kid. You know, it did complete his arc, but I feel like it could have been done better if instead of like
they should just fought, dude.
Having to, like, if they would have fought, maybe he had a different change, right? Instead of being forced to do it for the plot, if like Shang-Chi was able to beat Wenwu and actually talk to him through it, right? I think that might have been stronger. I don't know.
Maybe,
I just feel like the ending was really weak, because also like the Soul Stealer guy, the thing was they never made him to be the bad guy, and he just became the bad guy in the last act. So we didn't really have anything to be scared of like in terms of like a threat for like a main bad guy. We didn't have the main threat so far has been Wenwu. The whole movie, we saw that he's like ruthless and he will be able to. He's on his way to do whatever the fuck he wants, whatever the fuck he wants to complete, right? Like nobody can stop him. And then at the end of it, it's like, oh no, actually, it's just this CGI monster that's been calling out to him. Like that's such a cop out, right? That's such a cop out. And so like even like the best MCU movies we have right now, not that good. Same with like the series. The best series that we've seen so far, I want to say is probably WandaVision. Is probably one of the better ones. But the reason why WandaVision is not great either is because it was supposed to have 10 episodes, I believe. They cut it down to 8, and because of that, they rushed the last 2 episodes, and they rushed the whole arc, and so it feels really rushed at the end. So it's like interesting the first like 6 episodes, and then once everything starts unraveling, you know, if we had the 2 extra episodes and we can flesh stuff out more, it would have been interesting. But then boom, right away we just find out, oh no, Wanda's created a whole fake world and Wanda's going crazy. But as such as Wanda, there's also this other witch that's also controlling, trying to steal Wanda's power. And now there's an illusion vision with like a reanimated vision, and now the U.S. government is trying to kill Wanda. Like it's like, and that all happens. It gets resolved within 2 episodes, and it's like, how does that make any sense? Like it's just they rush it so much, and that's the thing about Phase 4. I feel it's just like the writing has been subpar, and especially like the pacing of all the series, all the movies has just really not been there. Like I feel like they're trying too hard to recapture the epicness of Endgame and Infinity Wars. But the thing is, the reason why Infinity Wars and Endgame was so epic was because they spent like 10 years building that shit up, right? Like you can't just go into that right away.
Should
like
space these things out more.
Yeah, like
they should just like, hey, we're gonna take like maybe a year or 2 break. You know?
Right. Well, like
maybe
you don't have
release these TV shows, because honestly, I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck about Marvel. I just thought that the movies were cool. That's it. I'm not really too big of a fan like that.
Right. And the thing that sucks most about the timeline right now is that besides so the Hawkeye special and the Hawkeye series and the Captain America and what was it, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, you don't need to watch those to understand the movies, right? But you need to watch WandaVision to understand Doctor Strange #2.
Yeah, I heard.
And if you never watched, if you never watched that, you don't know why Wanda's a bad person, right? And so the fact that they're still making a continuing one timeline, they're still making it like a singular timeline, but you have to the content is locked behind like a specific paywall, right? And that most casual viewers won't go watch, right? It's like you don't understand half the timeline anymore, and like I understand where they're going, but if you haven't seen everything just feels even more disconnected than if you didn't see. Because like let's look at Phase 1, 2, and 3, right? You don't really need to see everybody's individual movies to know where the Avengers were going, right? You just had to see Avengers 1 and 2 and maybe and Captain America 3 to know what happened, to know why everything's happening that way in Infinity Wars and Endgame. But like right now, if you want to know what's happening, if you want to know what's happening within one series, you
need a lot.
Not everything's fully connected, but you do gotta stretch to find out what exactly is happening and everything else, because I don't know, it's not fully connected yet. But once they drop the big connected movie, you're gonna be missing so many dots, because if they drop the next movie, I'm assuming Thor's gonna be in there, Loki's probably gonna come back, Wanda and Doctor Strange come back, probably Spider-Man, Shang-Chi might be in there, right? The new Captain America, I guess, and the Winters and Bucky, right? Bucky and Sam might be back. It's gonna be the next connected movie. If it's gonna be so weird. I feel like it's gonna be so awkward. I don't know. I just feel like the writing's kind of shit right now for season 4, for Phase 4. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't really care. I just want a good movie. That's it, man.
Right.
I pay for a good movie. I expect a good movie. That's it. Because
Right.
they're hyping it up like it's gonna be like how it was back in the day, and how it's gonna be, this epic adventure, and like
Yeah.
I think
Low-key-
Marvel fucked Marvel essentially because of how it was too good for its own good.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm gonna be
I feel like
honest.
they're thinking too big now. I feel like they're thinking too big now. I think they should go back, like just slow
It should
down.
have been like what everything should have been its own little world, and then hints should be dropped like, hey, this is sort of starting to connect to this movie that's not directly related to each other, but it'll start connecting soon,
Right.
And then now like also
Yeah.
like sorry, also TV series like the Shield, with Shield like it's canon a little bit, right? I think. I don't really remember.
I
It's
think
like half
it might-
canon, half not canon.
So so the TV series Shield wasn't canon before, but now that they're doing multiverse shit, it's canon now.
It's canon
It's
now.
just not in this universe, because
It's just
because apparently in the series, I haven't seen it, but apparently in the series Shield, Coulson's alive, and so
Yeah.
because Coulson's alive, that means it can't take place in the MCU on the big screen, because the big screen Coulson dies in Avengers, and so they have to be separate, right? But
see, that's the
because
issue,
they're
is, like-
multiverse theory, because now they're doing multiverse, that can be canon. It's just in a different multiverse or in a different universe, so it's weird. It's like convoluted.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. Like, it's just everything's so. Again, the thing's so big that it's just like I don't really care anymore, dude. I just want a good like coherent story that's being told, and then maybe you connect it at the end. That's literally what the whole point of like the end credit scene was.
Right.
It used to be like
right.
this thing where like all this is like connected to each other in like a very small, like minute way, and now it's just like, yeah, they know each other. The Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor, they know each other, right? All right, cool. They're just gonna fuck off now, and Thor can do his own thing. That's it. Like they have. It's almost like they have to connect it now, in a way,
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not fun as it to watch as it was like, because like,
Yeah, definitely. I get you. I get where you're coming from, man.
Like,
Definitely.
I remember when I watched
definitely
like the first Hulk movie, the one the rebooted one, the Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk thing. Yeah. Like when I saw the fucking Stark symbol on like the machine when they were sending like the missiles at fucking Hulk, I was like, yo, that's fucking Stark, like Tony Stark's like company, But they never talked about Tony Stark the whole time. Like they didn't say anything about like any other like stuff that was happening around the world,
Right. I mean,
It's like-
even like phase 2, right? When they were in like Avengers Age of Ultron, where they're talking about what his name is, Claw or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
The guy who like stole the vibranium or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a reference to Black Panther, right? Because they also talked about Wakanda. That was like a
Yeah.
reference, but like they didn't overly focus, right? Like, they hinted at it, like, oh yeah, this is his thing. It's like Easter egg. It's a thing. It's like that we're thinking of in the future, but it's not in your face. Like Doctor Strange, like let's look at Doctor Strange, right? It was so in your face, like, oh, Wanda's
Hey,
just
look, X-Men.
evil.
You guys know this, right?
Oh yeah, or you're like the X-Men, right? Like I feel like it was like so in your face, and I do actually like how they're trying to incorporate X-Men because they own them now. But the way they did it, it was just like it didn't. I don't know,
It
like
felt like a side
also
piece
did-
than-
yeah, because like
uh,
because they had him just for like look who we have. We have Patrick Stewart come back playing Professor X, and we have all these like the Illuminati. I don't know, man. Those guys got taken on like a second either, so I don't think they even need like name actors for the big name actors for that either. I don't know, man. It was just like they're like so in your face right now, and it's like yo, you guys can calm down. You know that, right? And like especially with, like the series have been coming out like really quick, one after the other, and it's
Yeah.
nice having content, but the thing is, we don't need instant content, right? Because that also makes it so that you guys have to rush your production schedule, which means your production is gonna be not as good as if you took time to actually make sure it's complete. Because I feel like every thing we've seen so far has felt incomplete in terms of the series, right? Like I feel like the series has been the most complete maybe is Loki, but even Loki was only 6 episodes long and they felt rushed too. Like the mid-season didn't feel that great, and then like WandaVision had probably one of the better stories, but they rushed the last 2 episodes, which sucked, which ruined it. And then like like the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it was an interesting look to see, Sam and Bucky working out this thing, but their story wasn't all that compelling, and stuff kind of just randomly happened, so it didn't feel good either, right? So like I feel like everything has been lackluster, and the thing is, I know from like a lot of what people have been online, a lot of people have stopped liking the MCU because of how incomplete it's been feeling. So it's like you guys are like killing yourself right now because you guys are like rushing to get stuff out. You guys could take a breath. Like, you guys could take a breath. Like, after something that big, a breather might be what we need, I don't know. I just feel like
it's not even a fucking process
everything.
Endgame still, Pretty sure there's still some people out there like, dude, can't let Endgame still happen, bro.
Right. And that was like, what, like 2 years ago? I feel like some people probably still are processing Endgame.
Yeah.
I don't know,
it's just
man.
like, I don't even care. Like, it's just point like, I don't even care anymore, It is what it is. It's just a multiverse now. Now everyone's trying to be like the same thing like them too. Like, oh, we need a multiverse, guys, now. Like, look at what Marvel did. And it's kind of just like, dude, this is so bad.
Right. It's like,
It's like the first. You remember the first Suicide Squad movie?
Yeah, that was bad.
That was bad because they were doing something like that same
horrible
thing. They were like, oh, hey, this is all these characters. They are all interconnected somehow.
Yeah, they were trying to be. I think they were trying to make it like the Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing.
Yeah.
But the way they wrote it was just so in your face. So like, and the writing was really bad. Writing was really bad.
Thank God they remade it, dude, because that second movie was so good.
Oh,
dude.
Second movie is way better. The second movie, the reboot of Suicide Squad is way better than it's way better than the original. Like, I don't know, man. The original it was not good. It was not good.
Yeah, that second one like legitimately saved, I guess, DC comic movies in a sense. Like, it could still be done properly.
Yeah, the second
writing.
movie's been probably, in terms of like the current DC movies, the second Suicide Squad and the new, and I haven't watched the new Batman, but I heard the new Batman's really good too.
That's not really DC. That's not connected, is it? I don't think it is.
It's not.
No.
Well, it's like a reboot. It's like a reboot type thing. Cause like I think Ben Affleck didn't want to be Batman anymore, cause like the fans kept giving him shit, and he's not like a big Batman fan either. And so like he was never really like a big Batman fan, and so he just kind of lost interest. And so he kind of like, it was kind of like him quitting, because he was in the production. He helped produce the new Batman that just came out. But like before it could be fully produced and stuff, he left the team. So he left the project. But like like they're rebooting everything, and like I don't know, like I don't know how that's gonna work with the DCEU. Like, I don't think this Batman is connected necessarily to the big DCEU, but the big DCEU, I heard that it's in production to be rebooted anyways.
It's probably gonna be like a soft reboot.
Yeah, because Ben Affleck is gone.
Ezra Miller's doing crazy ass shit.
Yeah, Ezra Miller, apparently he's still gonna be the Flash, but he's been getting more out of pocket, so they might drop him. Apparently,
kidnapping people.
I don't know. I think I don't know if they're gonna make another Aquaman. I don't know if they're gonna make another Wonder Woman, and like I'm not even sure if they're gonna make another Superman either. So it's like DC is like super up in the air right now on what's actually happening. Like, apparently what they're doing good is that Suicide Squad did really well, Batman did really good, and apparently even the TV show for John Cena's character, what's his name, like
Peacemaker, yeah
Peacemaker, apparently that was really good too. But besides that, like the big DCEU movie line, it's been up in the air on whether that's still a thing or if they're just gonna drop it completely. I don't know. I'm not up to date on it, but like it's like iffy on if it's still gonna be a thing.
That's because the Flash was supposed to like change it, because I think they were gonna plan on doing a Flashpoint series.
Yeah, that's why I was hearing too. But Ezra Miller's been like,
again,
kind of
kidnapping people, putting people at fucking gunpoint.
Yeah, like assault,
drugs, assault. I don't know, man.
It doesn't sound very hero-like right now.
He sounds like the Reverse Flash, to be honest.
For real.
There's like a bunch of memes of like, there's like the Reverse Flash from Flashpoint, like the animation. He's like, remember Barry when I kidnapped those kids and assaulted that man and had all these guns and drugs? That wasn't me, Barry. That was you. You didn't get help.
Right.
Like it's actually like insane behavior, dude. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
No, it's like,
It's funny
it's
as in
so
like an
it's
ironic kind of
crazy.
way, but like that's like
It's
actually kind of
crazy.
crazy news.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, honestly though, I'm kind of sick of superhero movies at the moment. That's why I haven't even watched the new Batman movie.
Yeah, low key superhero movies right now, because MCU got so popular, is a little oversaturated. It's a little
Yeah,
oversaturated.
It's like zombie movies, dude. It's like,
Yeah, I
like
can see that.
when zombie movies was like the craze back then. Like everything had to be like a zombie related thing, like games, entertainment wise. It was just like it got so overblown that it was just saturated, and people just got sick of it, and then like that's it. And then people just like hated the series. Like now, like there's not really any like undead type of series that I can really think of.
I don't think nothing
right now.
too pop, nothing
Yeah.
in the mainstream right
Other
now.
than like Last of Us 2, Part 2, but that's just, but other than
Even,
that, like, I don't
even then,
think
that's a little, that's a
yeah.
couple years old now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know when it
Mhm.
came out, but it's a couple years old now.
yeah. So I'm like, so to me, I'm like, it's just, I think it's just a natural progression of like, things get popular because oversaturated, because unpopular, and then later on, someone find a new way to reinvent the wheel of it, and then they'll just do the same thing over and over again,
Right.
I mean, right now, like, true crime's like going crazy. So I'm assuming they're gonna start just doing more like. I feel like it's gonna be like the biopics movies,
I don't know, man. I'm not personally into that, so
I feel like
don't-
that's gonna
I
be
don't
something
feel like
that's
that's
gonna
super
be
interesting.
coming up
I'm
soon.
interested in, but
Yeah, I feel like biopics are, especially for true crimes, are gonna. I feel like that's gonna start rising up soon.
maybe. Well, I don't know. Is that even like? Is that even?
Dude,
is like
the
the
market
true crime
for
stuff?
it, the market
Yeah,
for it.
there's a
is
market for it,
insane.
but is it like? But is that market in the big cinema though? Like, I feel like true
I feel
crime
like no
might be
one has tried
better.
it yet, though.
Yeah, but I feel like it might be it might be better for like a small screen type of thing, not like a large, not the big screens. I don't know. Like some stuff just aren't meant to be on the big screen. Feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how
Alright.
I feel personally. But
Yeah,
okay.
fuck
So
Marvel. That's all we gotta say, man. Fuck Marvel.
yeah, Marvel's been lacking, dude. Marvel gotta do better. They've been lacking.
Marvel fell off, bro. Plus
Yeah,
L
dude.
plus ratio.
Dude,
Fucking fell
no,
off.
low key though, like all the last Marvel movies that come out, they all kind of suck. Like Shang-Chi was okay, but it wasn't that good. Doctor Strange, it was okay too, but it wasn't that great either. Eternal sucked. I haven't watched Morbius, but I heard Morbius is ass as well.
What are you talking about, dude? They sell like 100 billion more.
Oh yeah, they did so well.
$1
They
billion bucks.
came back to the theaters
Yeah.
what 2 times?
Yeah, they sold one time and then they came back another time just to lose more money.
Everybody's morbid out, bro. Everybody's
Bro.
morbid out.
Bro, you don't even know about it. I'm about to morb right now, dude. It's morbid time.
It's morbid time.
Yeah, I love it when he said it's morbid time in the movie, dude.
Dude, I haven't watched it, but I heard it's not good. I heard the plot's like
I think
The
the
plot-
memes are more.
is damn near non-existent, and like the writing kind of shit. Low key, I think the memes carried it more than anything.
The memes literally made them like redistribute it to the theater so they could play it again, and then it bombed again.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, I don't know who.
They looked at the
who's-
memes making fun of it. They're like, you know what? I think people like this movie.
Oh yeah, Morbius is trending on Twitter. We gotta go.
Let's re-put it into the theaters. Hopefully, it sells even more.
That's so bad, dude. I don't understand. Who was running that shit. Who's that blind and stupid? I don't know. I just find that funny, man. That's
That shit
fucking
was just-
hilarious.
I forgot that Morbius was a Marvel movie.
Like, I don't know if it is a Marvel because like it's
It's
technically
like,
Sony. I don't know. I don't understand either because it's like
I think
it's
it's
like
based in the Marvel universe, but I don't know if it's like an actual Marvel movie. Like, yeah.
I don't know because like they're kind of building Morbius to be like with like Venom and like
Isn't
a
it, like,
new
anti-
Sinister,
Yeah.
a new like Sinister Six. But the thing is like we've only seen them as good guys in their
They're
own movies.
anti-heroes, though.
They're like
That's the
anti.
issue.
I don't know. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like if they were making their own universe without Spider-Man, that might make more sense. But they try to connect it with Spider-Man. It's just like
Yeah, like
that
that Spider-Man.
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and the
like-
fact that neither Morbius nor Venom know who the fuck Spider-Man is just makes it all the more jarring and all the more weird that like, why are they trying to connect it to Spider-Man? Like, I get it, Spider-Man is like Sony's, like one of Sony's big superhero names, right? It's like their big superhero name, but like maybe you can move on or move away from him because you're currently not using.
Spider-Man series too. They could just
they do, but like I don't know. I don't think Andrew's gonna return for a full movie anymore.
Yeah.
Cause like when did the Amazing Spider-Man come out? It came out like a long time ago.
16, 15?
Yeah, it's been like a long time ago. It's been like six years, dude. It's been a long time ago. Like however old the Homecoming is, it's like 2 years older than that, right? So it's like it's been a while. I don't think Andrew's gonna come back for a full-blown Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie. I mean, he could. I never know, right? I'm not him. I don't know.
I don't know if anyone really
he might come back, but he might come back, but I don't feel like he will, cause at least hearing what he's talking about coming back for No Way Home, right? He only came back because Toby came back, right? Like if Toby did come back, he would not have come back. He only came back because Toby came back. At least that's what he said, you know. So if that's the case, I don't think he really wants to do Spider-Man that much anymore either. Like, yeah, he likes the character still, but I don't think a Spider-Man 3, an Amazing Spider-Man 3 movie is in his future, you know. At least, you know, it could happen. I don't know. I'm not him. Like I said, I'm not him. I can't say for sure, but I don't feel like he would do it.
This time.
Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like superhero movies right now are so over. Like there's so many of them right now, and a lot of them are kind of subpar. It is overinflated. Like we're reaching the point where superhero movies are kind of cliche again, right?
Yeah, like I said earlier, bro. Plus L, plus ratio, plus you fell off. That's it.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's just really bad. I don't know.
All right, so
Honestly,
I think that's.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. You know?
Yeah, me neither. I think we're good then. That might be it for today. We record a good amount. Learned a lot of cool stuff about anime, the anime convention over in Chicago with Brandon. That seemed like a fun trip, bro. Sounded like you had fun, and it sounded like it was stress inducing too, but it was like half a good stress.
I think if I planned it out a little more, it would have been a lot bit more fun and more amusing. But it's alright though. You live and you learn. So
right. Well, anyways, I guess we're signing off. This is Lise.
Yeah. This is Brandon. So peace out.
All right, catch you guys later. Peace.